Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Sticks and Border, the Renegades and Jukebox Heroes Tour.
Let it fly. Your elevated sports bar experience. KOZ and Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. This is 1620, The Zone.
A crossover is
crossover dribble.
Sing for the crossover.
Kyrie Irving, crossover in the lane. One of the most famous crossovers of all time.
Behind the back, an ankle breaker on Chris Paul.
Crossover.
The crossover continues to evolve.
Crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. Hey, you guys, how we doing?
Hiya.
Wheels down in Waco.
Oh, is that where we're jet tracking today?
I believe it was just after 9.
Now, why Waco? Why Waco?
Blake Shapen.
Are they interested in Colts?
Maybe.
Okay.
I thought maybe they just, on one of their trips to visit Sam Leavitt, that maybe they just wanted, maybe they know the gains. They wanted to go to the Magnolia Silos.
Quick little Whataburger
breakfast.
trip.
Yeah. Go to Rudy's. Good barbecue at Rudy's.
Back near your old stomping grounds. Good idea.
Yeah.
They're visiting many quarterbacks.
That sounds like it.
What if they take many quarterbacks?
Oh, I don't think anybody would hate that.
Nope. Nope. Today we will debut our quarterbacks odds board.
Yes. I like that.
Now we can separate it too, because I currently have the transfer quarterback as one category, which I feel like we're almost getting to the point where we could separate out.
Yeah, I feel like today that's fine,
Yes.
but like even tomorrow or the next day,
We
we
can-
have to split it out.
We can individualize transfer quarterback like Sam Leavitt
because some
or
guys are getting different odds.
Will Howard. Yeah, right.
Speaking of odds, guys, I got betohio.com again, where they keep sending me stuff every week.
Oh,
yeah.
On Kyle McCord's next team odds.
Oh, God.
Miami has got the best odds. They're at plus 700, 12.5% chance of landing
Great.
Kyle McCord.
Miami will go from Tyler Van Dyke to Tyler Van Dyke.
That's very true. Nebraska did make the list. They are plus 1,000 with a 9.1% chance to get Kyle McCord.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, I think the people, the Ohio State quarterback that people want is the kid from South Dakota. I don't even think he's in the portal.
Oh, yeah. The
Kleinholtz.
Yes.
North Dakota, South Dakota.
He was a South Dakota guy, yeah.
But his first name is
Lincoln. It's Kismet. He should be.
Yeah.
If your name is Lincoln and you're the starting quarterback for the team in Lincoln, you
there's-
talk about NIL value there.
There's some opportunities.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he has not entered the transfer portal. In fact, might have a shot at starting.
So if you did, let's just quickly play this game real quick. I'll bounce it off you, Nick. So if you had the odds board and it was individualized for starting quarterback, Nebraska football 2K24, and you put Sam Leavitt up against Chubba Purdy, who has better odds?
I'm going to say Sam Leavitt. I'm going to say
not by a lot.
No,
right?
no,
not by a lot.
No, not by a lot.
I agree.
Not by a lot.
If you put Will Howard up against Chubba Purdy,
Will Howard, and it's by a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why we need to separate a little bit. That's why we need to separate.
Well, and that's Gary and I were talking about this earlier. It's interesting that we'll look at some of these freshman quarterbacks or redshirt freshman quarterbacks that have several years of eligibility left, and the ones that avoided burning a redshirt, like Sam Leavitt. You try to hone in on the 4 games, and there's still not a lot that you can take away from, and yet we get more excited about maybe the 3 games that they played compared to an incoming freshman.
Well, most of it is due to the fact of what Nebraska has.
Oh, sure.
Coming back. It's like people is like, yeah, I've seen Chubba. I know what we're getting there.
Yeah.
Let's try something else.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
now, I don't think people should think that way, by the way, because I thought Chubba did just fine.
I'm intrigued by Chubba.
I could live with Chubba.
I
now,
think
they're going to take a guy no matter what, but if they went in and it was, let's just say it was Sam Leavitt versus Chubba Purdy next year and Chubba won that job, I'm fine with that.
I'm too. I 100% am. And I know a lot of people, and look, I had this too, where when Jeff Sims and Heinrich Harburg were getting talked about the most in spring, and then there towards the end of spring, there was sort of this
Chubba buzz
momentum. Yeah, people were going to Chubba. And then we learned, okay, well, because he wasn't available for a lot of the spring, so when he was finally healthy, he looked like he could operate the offense a little bit, that you now kind of understand why. But when he was being brought up, I dismissed it because I thought I saw everything I needed to see from Chubba the year before. But then when you go back and think of the situation that he was in, and the coaching staff in flux the way it was, I get it. Mark Whipple identified him and had recruited him, so he was sort of a Whipple guy.
Yeah, but was
he good for that offense?
Well, he was never going to be the guy because they were always thinking that Casey was going to come back that year.
Yeah, it was not a good situation at all.
Like for him to settle in those last two games and just say, look, these two games are yours.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's important.
Yeah,
I guess last 2.5 games, two and a drive.
And I'm not trying to say like, oh God, he is without question the answer. Yeah, absolutely. You've got to have competition, but I will continue to say this, and I know I got a little crap about this when I said it after the Iowa game.
Get some crap.
I did get a little crap.
What'd you say?
Out of all three of the quarterbacks, he looked like the one that could function at the highest level. Now, people took that as me saying Chubba Purdy can function at a high level as a college quarterback. No, out of the three, though, he looked like the most competent quarterback.
Oh, I don't think that's close, to be honest with you.
But some people are like, did you see that last interception? I did, and it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But let's just be real with what else you had in that room.
Minutes before that, where he didn't turn the ball over.
Exactly.
But to be clear, so we're talking which last interception? The first one, the second one,
the last one against the Iowa one, which was pretty bad. That one wasn't good.
That was really bad. That was a bad one.
Other than that,
and the first one was a really bad one too.
Yes.
But the middle one was like, all right, it's 4th down in overtime. What are we going to do?
Yeah. That one I don't even count.
Yeah, but it counts.
It does count.
You could still say
that one wasn't his fault.
You could still say Nebraska lost all 3 of those games on a turnover on their last offensive play.
Look, I'm not saying he is the answer, but I've posed this question as we got closer to that Iowa game, and then I wanted to kind of go back to it after the Iowa game. If you had to choose, now ideally you'd love to have both back, but if you had to choose to strengthen the quarterback room, and this doesn't even mean they're starting, but to strengthen the quarterback room, would you rather have Chubba Purdy back or Heinrich Haarberg back at quarterback? And my answer is Chubba Purdy. I felt like I was trending that way even before the Iowa game.
Yeah, I have no arguments with that whatsoever. I mean, Heinrich, what he did last year, the fact that they won, while that was a thing, that was great. But no, for the future and for him to like be that guy, I don't think so.
Again, I want to make this very clear. I'm not trying to say Chubba Purdy needs to be Nebraska's starting quarterback.
I'm not either. I don't think needs to be is the right word, but I could live with it if he is
kind of like what you said. If he is, but Nebraska still brought in a transfer or two and he beat them out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
People are going to be like, if it does end up being Chubba, I don't know what the reaction to that is going to be.
Oh, it won't be good.
Yeah.
It won't be. I can tell you, it won't be good.
Oh, look at this. We have just a little behind the curtain here. So we get the who's calling on the line, and we're about to take a call from Sam here, but the producer gets the option to leave a little note as per the subject of what he's talking about, and it just says in all caps, "You're way off base."
All right.
Automatically taking that call. We got Sam.
Yeah.
What's up, Sam?
Hey,
Hey.
you guys are off base on this quarterback stuff.
Okay. What's wrong?
We don't need a quarterback. We need an offensive line that can block.
They got an offensive line that can block, Sam. They're fine.
We do not have a line that can block. The guys are all running for their lives all the time. Come on.
They did fine.
They got better.
You could put Mahomes back there and he still wouldn't make it. They kill him.
So you don't want a quarterback. Instead, you'd rather get 5 new offensive linemen. That seems easier.
I think it's easier to get the linemen that can block and hold their block and not jump off sides.
Clearly, it's not.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's not.
A lot of those guys don't exist in the portal.
Because the running backs are terrible, too.
That is true.
Well, yeah.
You got nobody.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sam, I'm with you on the running back.
Thank you, Sam.
Yes, I think a running back would be a fun addition as well. But
I think that is a must-have. Nebraska has to add a running back. We're not talking about it right now because we got to figure out quarterback first. But It's
O-line. I'm not trying to say it was great, but it became less of the conversation there towards the end. And anytime we have a conversation about the O-line, it's usually because they're awful.
Nebraska had a top 3 offense in the conference in terms of rushing. I'm not
I'm not
trying to say that they're great.
Yes,
whatever.
they did. Top 2, I believe. Well, regular season, top 3. Yeah.
You saw some younger guys move in toward the end of the year, and I just want to say,
ups and downs.
like, I am super used to, like Sam is clearly, like us going back after every game and thinking, yeah, I don't really know what to do here. I don't really know how to evaluate things because they just can't. Like there was nothing going on there. That was not the case.
You're talking about with the offensive line.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
That was not the case in the back half of the season.
Yeah, I would agree. Like again, they became less of the conversation when the offensive line is less of the conversation. Because I would never expect Nebraska's offensive line to be part of the conversation. We're like, gosh, dang, they're dominating. Like, because they don't need to be at that level. Love to see them get there someday, but they don't need to be at that level. But when they're not part of the conversation because we're not bagging on them,
I just think
progress.
Player. Like, we are not, like, I don't need them to. I'm okay with them going the development route on the offensive line.
I'm too.
Like, it would have been great if they got Walter Rouse last year, who I'm pretty sure like ended up getting benched at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Like, but, I am fine with them going the development route, bringing some guys up, and then letting them go. Like they did fine. They did a lot better. It was the same personnel year over year from last year to this past year, and they got better.
You saw Bryce Benhart get better.
Bryce Benhart absolutely got better. I don't know. You got to figure out something with Turner Corcoran that makes it work, right? Maybe it's moving to guard or just not playing at all.
Yeah,
but,
that one's tough.
Right. So I like there's
a boy some waters.
there's a couple things in there where no, Sam, you know what? I think that is an old narrative that doesn't necessarily apply anymore to this team.
At least it's, in my opinion, it's not as high on the priority list as other areas, mainly quarterback. I'm with you on running back as well.
Please God, give me a running back. He's right about the running backs. They got to have a difference maker at that position.
Agreed.
They haven't since Amir.
If you're not going to get that top flight quarterback, you got to get a playmaker somewhere.
Yeah. And I feel like you're probably going to be able to find that more in the backfield than you are with the wide receivers. Because again, it comes down to, is the scheme going to help wide receivers be, to have like a Trey Palmer, a breakout type player? Do you have the scheme A and do you have the quarterback B to get them the football? Like just as much as we talk about a dual threat quarterback or a dynamic quarterback that's a playmaker, that even if you do have maybe some suspect offensive line play, can mask a lot of that just because they're so gifted at making plays. Same thing for a running back. I mean, you could talk about an offensive line that might be a little bit suspect at times, but you have a running back that has, such good instincts, good vision, and just got that type of speed that even with some breakdowns in the offensive line, you can still overcome that with a good running back.
Mike says, I want to go back to his comment. I've watched a lot of bad college football in my day, and I don't know how anyone can believe that Chuba should start another Big Ten football game. Chuba.
I'm not. So again, I'm not trying to advocate that he would be the starter. I think he helps your room. Compared to all the guys that you have.
No, I just disagree with Mike.
Now.
Like I can live with Chuba. I like should and can is a different different question. That's like the line there.
I would agree.
I'm not saying that I want this.
His brother plays in the NFL.
You also have to look at your other options.
Does he?
I like that he's been here for a couple years. I like that he's had a year under this coaching staff. And to be quite honest, like if they do take this Sam Leavitt guy from Michigan State, or if he ends up coming here, like they're the same guy. They have the same profile. They're both highly recruited guys out of high school. Pretty good arm talent.
Got a little bit of speed.
Got some athleticism. Can make the throws. I think Chuba's probably maybe
a little bit further along.
Sam's a little more arm talent. Sounds like he's got a stronger arm. He's got that, but I think you could work with what you got.
So
you're going to take a guy.
You know what the narrative would be, though, whether it's fair or not, would be if Chuba is the starting quarterback. And okay, again, we're using. I want people to realize we're using Sam Leavitt for the simple fact that that's the most recent connection that Nebraska visited. Sam Leavitt, he talked about it, so that's confirmed. They're in Waco, so you would think that they're talking to Blake Shapen of Baylor, but we'll just use Sam Leavitt as the example. If
Slamming Sammy
Chubba beats out Sam Leavitt, if he was the quarterback competition, people would be like, again, misevaluated the offseason because you brought in a transfer that couldn't beat out Chubba Purdy. What are we doing here?
Yeah, that would definitely come up.
Oh, it would be. 100% that would be.
That guy's
the
on
narrative.
line 3 right now.
Come on. Come on. I like that guy. I like Sam.
I just know.
Sam, you call him whenever you want.
Yeah. I just know that whoever is the starting quarterback, that's your second stringer, hell, your third stringer, I hope has a little bit of experience in them too, because they're going to play.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. They're going to play.
I wonder, they probably, so like a normal quarterback room will have.
Go back to Tanner Lee.
Four scholarship quarterbacks.
Usually, yeah.
And you kind of tier them out.
Yeah.
And so I don't think Sims is going to be here next year.
Although
I don't think.
Gary and I keep talking about
that.
It's been
entire week.
It's so weird.
It's been an entire week since we've.
Not sure what he's waiting for.
Yeah,
I don't know either.
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, you don't have to say where you're going. You could just say, I'm not going to be here.
Right. And so Heinrich will probably be here. Chubba will probably be here. And so you got 2. So you probably need to bring in 2.
So Chubba graduates in December, I believe.
Chubba graduates?
Yeah, I think he graduates in December.
Our young Chubba boy?
Yeah, young Chubba. He's not so young anymore.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's a big Chubba now.
But he's is he still like a sophomore next year?
Yeah, I think he's still like, maybe he's a redshirt sophomore then. I don't know. Like the
ideal thing
are we convinced that Chubba's 100% back next year?
No, I'm not convinced of anything.
Although it was eerily quiet yesterday, which was nice.
I just don't know. I don't know why you would jump into the portal for him
that's true.
at this current.
That's true.
In this current environment, in this economy.
In this economy.
in this economy, you're going to do that? Yeah, the Sims thing is weird, man. It's just weird. Like, I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, I don't think I don't.
Is he just trying to find the words to put out there of his time here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe there was a problem with his Hayes Fawcett graphic.
Maybe he got caught up in the Amigos junk.
Look, I didn't click save. I'm sorry, Jeff. I'll whip you up another one here.
Coach Jack John writes in.
Hi, Jack John.
I know we have a list of portal quarterbacks in front of us, but do we have a list of portal running backs? How is that not getting any run on the Twitter machine? I would like to ask the exact same question. Why aren't we talking about running back more? If you give me a good running back who's,
it's true,
who's played and produced at the Division I level before, like, I think that makes a huge difference to this team. And that's like, maybe Ramir comes back and he's fine and he has the edge to be the starter, or what's his name? Gabe Irvin. Emmett Johnson's still there as well. They need, like, if you can get me one of those out of the portal, I feel good. I am looking at the running back portal list right now.
Okay.
So this is without knowing any of their stats, so you just have to take this for what it is. I have a quarterback or a running back that is transferred from Oklahoma in yesterday.
Okay.
What's going on in Norman?
Good program there.
Yeah, everybody's transferring from Oklahoma. A running back who's transferring out of Iowa State. Cartevius.
Is he part of the gambling probe?
Unclear. AJ Green, a running back transfer out of Arkansas, who was a 4-star as a recruit. Now, this is interesting. I'm intrigued. 5'11", 205. Big back.
Hey, give me 200 plus.
Big back.
Sitting around the 5'10" to 6 foot range. 200 plus. Now we're talking.
Yeah, we need to do the running backs odds board too. Now, this is one where you could go to maybe like I don't know if you want to go to the FCS level, but you can go to the group of 5 for a guy who's produced and wants to take another shot at the big time. That's not the worst place to go. But there are running backs in the portal. And Nebraska has the ability to get you on the field, I think.
Iowa JD does note, because Scott Dockman just tweeted this out, Iowa backup quarterback Joey Labus is in the portal.
Oh,
And JD says 2024 Nebraska starter.
There you go. Well, we didn't get
Joey
Petrus.
Levis. Yeah, we didn't get
We
Petrus.
struck out on Petrus.
He went to Utah State, did he not?
He did.
Yeah.
I was very sad to see Spencer Petrus end up at.
I was.
Utah
I
State.
had big plans for Spencer Petrus. Thought they did him dirty with Cade McNamara.
What's up with Iowa and those like gigantic quarterbacks? All their quarterbacks are huge.
Is anyone bigger than Deacon Hill, though?
6'10".
Dude, Deacon
Deacon Hill's like Ben Roethlisberger.
Deacon's got the girth, you know.
He does.
Deacon is.
He's got a tummy.
Yeah, he's what? Probably 265, 270, somewhere in that range. That's
Yeah.
a big boy.
I think they said he came in at 280. I think he's down to like 265 now.
Yeah. But remember, like Nate Stanley was like this gigantic
He's
man.
a big man.
Petrus is a pretty big guy.
Rudock was pretty small.
I think they just really like. I think they're like Scott Frost recruiting offensive linemen. They're like, can I get the tallest person we can find?
Yeah,
and make them play.
Well, I think it's if it doesn't work out, they want to be able to cross train them to linemen.
Right. There's always that.
So I think that's what they want to do with Deacon Hill. They said if you don't start losing weight, man, you're going to work out a guard.
All right, so we have another call, and this subject line, Josh, is he's shaving right now. What's that mean?
Well, he's getting ready for work, and he
Shaving?
decided to share with me that he's shaving right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Did you ask? You say, hey, what are you up to?
Does he have a comment?
I did not.
Or he just
Yes,
volunteered that?
He
Okay.
would like to talk about the Husker football situation.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
All right.
Let's talk to Rich, who's shaving. Hi, Rich.
We got a big red overreaction right now.
Hey, good morning. Hey, guys.
How you doing,
Hey,
Rich?
I listen to your channel frequently, especially when I'm shaving. And,
Thank you.
you know, it's just relaxing. Anyway, the young man that had 63 carries and 468 yards or something like that this past season.
You talk about
Emmett Johnson.
Yeah. And is Nebraska looking at that young man at all regarding a possibility in the team?
I think he'll be here. I think he'll be here. I just don't think he is really going to be the feature.
Yeah, is he an every down back? That's the question. Maybe looking for someone with a little bit more meat, I guess. He's a little bit more of a slight guy.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking it might be a good additive, you know, to throw in there as a surprise attack kind of thing. You know, and anyway, just a thought, you know, and I thought I'd call you and bother you a little bit too.
Perfect.
Hey.
Thank you, Rich. Enjoy it. Don't cut yourself.
Yeah, have a good shave. Yeah.
Hey, do you guys? I'm already done. No bleeding.
Okay.
All right, good.
That's good.
All right. That's a success.
You guys
right there.
play golf at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
You ever play Indian Creek Golf Course?
Yes.
Elkhorn.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good. You like it?
Fantastic.
We love
course.
All right.
Do you got a hook? Do you got a hook up there? Can you get us on
No,
get us on the course there for free
No,
or something?
I've heard good things about it, you know. And
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a great
And
course.
I'm not a golf. I'm a football nut instead of a golf nut. But
So
Anyway.
you're interested. You're like an interested
Yeah.
golfer.
yeah, I'm interested. But,
Okay. Yeah.
I just thought I'd pass it out. I got connection there a little bit. You might
Okay.
say.
All right, Rich. Well, I'll see you around. I'll see you around Indian
Yeah.
Creek at the clubhouse.
I'm going to drop your name, see if
Yeah.
I get on for free too.
Hey, bye,
Appreciate that.
bye, Rich.
Thank you, Rich.
What a call.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
Was Rich shaving with a straight edge razor?
Oh, you mean the straight edge? We're not even talking about like
one single blade.
like where you could flip it out.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
and you get the actual lather.
Or was he big? Does he go disposable?
You know what? If I'm judging by the sound of the voice, I think the smart money's on straight edge.
Actually, I'd like to introduce a third candidate.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
When
electric.
that man joined the service, he was given a metal razor.
Yeah, just
and
one.
and he still uses it. To
It
this
probably
day.
saved his life a couple
Yeah,
times.
Yeah.
You think he has a subscription service? You know, one of those where they send you razors every month?
No.
He's not a Harry's or a Dollar Shave Club.
Shave
No.
Club.
You know, that is. Can I say the one thing I miss about not having hair is I used to go to Rockbrook Village Barber, and that was my favorite thing. Is when they would get the neck, they would put the hot lather,
Oh yeah.
and then they'd go straight edge that
Oh,
thing.
yeah. It makes the hair stand
man.
up.
Yeah.
You gotta
God, I miss that. I know you could do like the entire head, but I think that would take a long time.
I wonder if we would have followed that line a little bit longer, where he would have gone on the Indian Creek thing.
You guys play golf? I thought he was like inviting us out for a round.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, like heck yeah, let's go.
He did.
Thursday's gonna be nice.
That he had some connections out there.
So Rich, when we drop that name.
Yeah.
You're
out there a lot anyway.
Yeah. I'll be like, hey, you guys know Rich? Well, he called the show and said he's got some connections. I don't know if you're one of them, but here I am. Using his name.
He just said, but like he
I want
said
my
he had some
20%.
connections, but he'd like heard some good things.
Yeah. But then he had
he's in a
connections.
golf.
He's not a golfer.
Yeah, he's a football nut. God bless you, Rich.
Jed writes in, good to hear Tom Osborne's brother call the show.
Joel comments in on YouTube. Be nice to Rich.
What? We're rich people.
We were.
Yeah.
I'm
Rich.
team Rich.
I'm
man.
a rich guy. Yeah.
We were just wondering what kind of razor he's using.
Yeah.
That's all.
No big deal. And that he listens to us a lot when he's shaving. He made that. I mean, like that's his words, not mine.
I listen to you a lot when I'm shaving.
I'm not even assuming.
Can we save that and put it out as like you know how the FM stations are like, I listen to Sweet 98.5 all the time. I listen while I'm shaving.
I listen to 1620 The Zone while I'm shaving.
Yeah, tell us which station made you a winner. 1620 The Zone while I'm shaving.
I love that call.
It's a good idea.
That was really good.
We'll throw it out there. We got options.
I guess it's not too late to get a nominee in for Call of the Year.
That's true. Where there's still many days in this fine year.
What do we got? Well, I guess we're not here for like the last week.
We're off for the last week. So what that gives us?
We got basically like 20.
We got
2.5 weeks.
The rest of this week, and then 2 more full weeks after that.
Gosh, Christmas is gonna be here soon.
And then we're gone. Recharging the old batteries.
Where did the year go, guys?
Stopping off at the clubhouse at Indian Creek.
I got to admit, nothing against Rich. I'm a little deflated from that one because I thought he was propping around for us. Like, all right, let's go.
I know.
And then he's like, oh, okay. I was just curious. I've heard good things.
Yeah, if this wasn't clear already, like if you guys have connections to anywhere and you like want us to come out and like give us some stuff or like let us play golf,
we'd like to do it.
Ian, no questions asked.
I think don't think that what you do, like, oh, they would never want to have my, I work at McDonald's. They wouldn't want anything. No,
you'd be surprised. We would take McDonald's too. Yeah, because you and Gary, myself. Does Josh golf? I know he does the Miracle Hills thing.
Yeah, I think he plays.
Okay. We got golfers here.
I think he's a lefty.
Oh, he's a lefty.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh. Is he a normal lefty? Like, is he left-handed?
I feel like I've seen him swing a golf club before and it was left-handed, but maybe I'm just making that up. But anyway, yeah. Is
he a real lefty? Does he write left-handed?
Doesn't he kind of seem like it?
Whoa. Because you're talking to a lefty here, even though I play golf right-handed and play baseball right-handed.
What?
Yeah, I'm a lefty. See, I even do the watch that way too.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You always seem like a righty to me.
Oh. Why is that, Connor?
I don't know.
What is a lefty like to you and what is a righty like to you? I really want to know this.
I don't know. It's just a vibe.
Next, you'll be saying they should have their own schools.
Josh, you're a righty.
Yeah, you're an anti-lefty, aren't you?
Hell yeah, I'm a righty.
Yeah. Gosh. I wish I was a lefty.
The dad joke or old man joke is too. Is like, why us lefties are so smart because we use the right side of our brain.
Yeah.
Because apparently we use the I don't know.
How'd you like those desks
I hated
in elementary school?
I always came home. I always had like pencils like in
gross
color all over my elbow because I had to do this.
Disgusting, sick lefties.
Yep, we're weird.
I wish I was lefty. If I would have been a left-handed, mid '80s throwing junk baller, I would have been a professional baseball player by now.
Oh, I'm an awful lefty though because I wasn't in baseball.
6 years of service in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, right.
Well said.
6 years of service time.
Hit
my first cut.
This is the worst. I'm like the worst kind of lefty though. I played baseball, including throwing a baseball right-handed.
Yeah, you did it wrong.
Yep,
You did it way wrong.
Yet I could throw a football left-handed.
Oh yeah, you should have tried to throw the baseball left-handed.
Yeah, I know. Makes no sense. Should I blame my parents for that?
Maybe.
I had 3 older brothers too. I feel like they could have helped out in the cause.
But you could see probably at like age 12 where the tide was turning is like you could.
I tried.
You could have figured that out. Like, man, I should have been left-handed.
And I tried even like switch hitting. I tried hitting from the left side as well, and I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I always hit left-handed, left-handed in my backyard, and I couldn't do it in any real sort of setting.
Yeah, I could hit off a tee fine, but if you're actually throwing me a ball, my left-handed swing, it looked like a guy who's not swung a bat left-handed. It wasn't good.
All right. So what did we learn today? Offensive line.
Yeah. Again, I don't put it at the top priority. Depending on Ben Scott, sounds like he's good. Matt Rule pretty much said as much.
He's good.
As far as sticking around.
Give him some more milk. He's good.
Okay, this sounds really bad. If Turner Corcoran said, you know what, I'm moving on, would you be upset?
Moving on.
Well, that's one of the guys
or just
that
like either hitting the transfer portal or, not playing.
You pull into the office and suggest that they go to the portal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they have plan. I think they could have a plan for him. Hopefully
it involves guard.
Hopefully it just doesn't involve tackle.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, offensive line, sure. If you could find one, like you brought up Rouse, like if you could get someone like that, you're not going to not. But I don't think it's this high of a priority right now.
Star Wars Fiend. I don't have a good hookup, but I found some Arby's coupons for a free classic in my desk I can send your way.
Yeah.
5011 Capitol Avenue.
Yep. Just address it. CC
Boom.
One of us.
Yep.
I got to admit, I'm intrigued on the Good Burger from Arby's.
Mm-hmm.
It looks, even though they're not known for their burgers.
So Arby's does the thing where they really go out there and they put themselves out there and try some stuff.
They do.
I did try the Arby's Euro.
How was it?
Oh, okay.
There's better Euros.
Yeah, but it wasn't the worst thing you ever had.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So it's not like a super great endorsement there, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
If it was free, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Obviously,
there was a lot of hype about the not the curly fries. When they went away from the curly fries, didn't they? And they went to the crinkle fries.
Yeah, they asked me every time, like, you want crinkles or curlies?
Yeah, they have.
I'm at Arby's.
Oh, I'm sorry. They do have curlies. They got rid of the potato cakes.
I had no idea that they had options.
I'm like,
I'm
at Arby's.
Yeah, get the curly fries.
Give me the curlies.
This is pretty much why I'm here.
But I think, here in Nebraska, we go nuts for crinkle fries because of Runza. And so I think there was a belief that maybe they could rival Runza. And I was told, because I never had the crinkle fries from Arby's, that was nervous energy that Runza might have had. Yeah, a little misguided.
Yeah, no,
didn't add up.
You got to stick with what you know.
Yeah, the curly fries.
Get the curlies. Get a 4-piece mozzarella stick.
Mm-hmm. Their mozzarella sticks are good.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
They're amazing.
Yeah. Think of Arby's.
I always feel so fat though when I get them.
Yeah, because they're big.
It's like I'd like a meal with the fries and the whole thing, and then also a 4-piece mozzarella stick. It's like, who is this guy? and why does it cost them $18?
And their large soda is like a gallon of cola.
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered if the person that is taking your order is assuming what you're going to look like when you pull up based on what you ordered?
I would. So,
I know. There are times like when and usually this happens after hockey. I haven't eaten a lot, and so I haven't eaten dinner at all. So there's very few things that are open by the time I get there. So I go through Taco Bell, and I go after the value meal. Sometimes the value menu.
Oh, so you actually change your order based on the fact that you don't want to look bad when you go up to the window?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but there's times like I order a lot, and I'm always wondering if they're like, this guy's got to be huge.
Sometimes I just grab, I just
and
like
they see me like, oh,
I'm like, hey,
you're not as big as I thought you'd be based on your order.
Sometimes like, hey, Jackie, get in the car with me. I just need to get some. I want you to be there. I'm gonna order. I'm gonna order $26 worth of fast food.
Right.
And I just want you to be in the front seat. So they don't.
For two people. Okay,
yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
There was a time that I ordered a crap ton of food. I was so hungry, and as they're handing over, I go, "Yeah, I got an order for some. I got a bunch of people ordering." Like I felt so embarrassed that I had to preface it by saying, even though I was lying,
don't worry, I'm taking this back to the party.
Yeah, for the kids too.
I'm the wheelman.
Yeah. Kids didn't want to come along, so I had to get it all. And then I'm shamefully driving away, no, I'm eating all of this.
No, it's just me. I'm going to sit in this parking lot.
Have a sad meal to make.
There was also, I got to admit,
and I got all the time in the world on my hands. I'm not going anywhere.
There was a time and this wasn't actually that long ago, because if I come home and I have Taco Bell, I usually have just a bunch of burritos. And I keep pulling out a burrito after I eat one. And
there's more.
And my wife's like, Jesus, how much did you get? So that I felt shamed a little bit. So there's been a few times where I've eaten one on the way home.
Yeah.
So it's less that I have to pull out of the bag if she's around me.
That's
Gentlemen,
a good move.
Don't confuse. Hear me when I tell you this. I've never felt more seen than this conversation right here.
But how do you if you get a big thing and maybe you get an extra fry at McDonald's or something like that? How do you get rid of the fry box before you take it home? Because then you got to pull the empty fry box out. I was like, what happened?
Like,
you got a full meal still left there. You ate half of it on the way home?
I don't know. They stuck that in there. I have no idea. Look at this. I got an empty fry box. No fries. Weird.
That's crazy.
Teenagers.
Actually, the beauty of it is when I go into my garage, we have like the little recycling bin right before I go into just drop it in there.
I get that.
And it never happened.
Perfect crime.
And then if I forget to take it out to the actual like trash can the next day, she sees it. She might know, but she's never brought it up to me.
So one more thing. On this. Stray trash in the big trash can.
Yeah.
So are you one of those people that like have to keep your trash can clean? Because people do this
during the summer. A little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking like the Big Ben that you actually put out on the curb?
That you put out on the curb. Because this is what I use it for. Like obviously we throw the trash from the kitchen in there with the bag. But then sometimes I'm coming home. It's like I want to ditch some of this trash. I just throw it, loosely in the big trash can.
You want to get rid of the evidence.
My parents always frowned upon that. They're like, no, you got to put it in the. You got to put it in the bag.
In an actual liner.
Yeah. So,
no, I've done that. And I've had to.
I don't care about how my trash can smells.
I don't. There was one time I did have to spray it down in the summer, not because I'm that guy, because there were maggots.
Sure. Yeah.
When
I
saw the
every
maggots,
once in a while, you take a hose to it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I don't like that. But yeah, no, I'll throw it in there. Again, if I have to hide the evidence so I don't get shamed, if I don't get fast food shamed when I get home, I'm going to do it. I'm going to cover my bases because it's not a good feeling, Connor. No. It's not a good feeling when the person who loves is looking at you all weird and very judgmental on what you just ate at the fast food.
What about like at the places where you go and they put your paper bag inside of a bigger plastic bag?
That's when you know you've gotten a lot. You're like
either that or you've gotten a salad.
Yeah, that's true.
They always put the salads in the plastic bags.
But when I come home at 10:30 at night, my wife knows it's not a salad. She knows better than that. We've been together.
That's how I was
longer.
It's like I really like getting the salads at these places, but then I have to get more food because it's just a salad, and that's how you start running it up to $19.
Yeah, see, I used to do that at Runza. They had a really good like chicken
Southwest.
Yeah,
chicken?
Southwest. It was in the Southwest Chipotle
with the spicy ranch. Yeah.
Yes, but then I'm like, boy, Runza would go down pretty good at that too.
Yeah, like a large fry and
some frings
and a double cheeseburger also.
Yep.
But
and again, when you order that, then I feel like the person on the radio is like, oh. I know what this person looks like.
Al feels seen as well. This crossover conversation is me. I am the same as all of you with fast food, especially the parking lot comment. It's like I'm not going anywhere.
I know.
I'm
feel like I need sad music while I'm eating that on the way home.
Oh, look, I got an email from Chick-fil-A. They're listening.
They're like us.
That's the place where I feel most guilty. Like I have to. It's going to cost me probably $20 for me to really feel satisfied.
Oh, but it's peppermint chocolate chip milkshake season.
Gross. Oh, it is. Yeah, that is
gross.
That's right. You're not a peppermint guy, are you?
Nope.
I do like me some peppermint with chocolate.
No. It's also I had my first Lindt Linder the other day.
Oh, it's Lindt season.
Yeah, the little chocolate.
Yeah,
balls.
I know the Lindors.
Truffles.
Yeah. Linder truffles. Yeah.
This guy just learned.
But you said Lindor? What?
That's the brand, right?
Oh yeah, just Lind. I just noticed the Lindor.
Just learned about these last.
I did.
Oh,
I did. I started.
What are these things? I'm like, it's chocolate. You should try it.
Are you like flipping them up like cheese balls and just going, oh.
Yeah, I said, oh my God, these are awesome.
See, if you're like me and you do like a little bit of mint in with the chocolate, I saw they have a chocolate mint Lindor now too.
I do not like that.
Yeah, I do. 'Tis the season for that. So
well, okay, covered some ground.
Yeah, we did. All right, boys. Have a good one.
That is Nick Hanley. That is the crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. It's Tuesday. We'll start things off next.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone. Mornings with Sharp and Handley.
Hyannis? Thank God you had Terry Keneally, or we would not like you in Omaha. I'm telling you.
I feel like Nebraska City's one of us.
I mean, Hemingford? You should have just gone to Wyoming. Why did you insist on staying in Nebraska? Same with you people in Whitney. Just go to Wyoming.
Go consolidate your schools.
Yeah. You know what, Crawford? You're not good enough for Wyoming. Just go to South Dakota.
Mornings with Sharp and Handley. Weekdays 6 to 10 on 1620 The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Cool and breezy for Tuesday. Expect mostly cloudy skies with northwest winds gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour in the morning. Can't rule out a stray flurry as well. Sunshine returns in the afternoon. Winds start to calm closer to sunset with highs in the low to mid 40s. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV Newswatch 7.
The brand new Dollar General Distribution Center in Blair is now hiring. Starting wage is up to $22 per hour with benefits including medical, dental, vision, 401k, and a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Apply today by texting DG Warehouse to 25000 or online at dollargeneral.com/careers. Again, apply today by texting DG Warehouse to 25000 or online at dollargeneral.com/careers. Dollar General can't wait to have you become a team member at their brand new distribution center.
The holidays are here. This holiday season, we encourage you to come support our local stores in Omaha. And Westwood Plaza has everything you need to find that perfect gift. Krypton Comics is a privately owned comic and hobby store. Located in Omaha for the past 30 years, Krypton has become the largest comic book store in the area. They offer a giant selection of collectibles like new comics, clothing, vintage toys, and more. If you can't find what you're looking for in the store, they'll do their best to track it down. Come in and see them on 125th and Center inside Westwood Plaza. Mind Meld Escape Room in Omaha has been locally owned and operated since it opened in 2019. Mind Meld Escape Rooms cater to everyone's preference, from alien enthusiasts, part-time paleontologists, grammar police, to amateur surgeons. They know everyone likes to have a good time once in a while, so why not let them help? Visit Mind Meld Escape Room on 125th and Center inside Westwood Plaza and explore this fun-filled venue today. Everything you need to shop locally for the holidays is at Westwood Plaza in Omaha.
It's the holiday mystery sale at JCPenney. How much will you save? An amazing coupon giveaway starts this Thursday. Everyone can enjoy guaranteed savings of an extra 30% off, or your chance at an extra 40 or 50% off your entire purchase in store. All the gifts you need, all the savings you want. Mystery solved. JCPenney. Make your holidays count. Offers valid on select styles 12/7 through 12/14. Exclusions apply. Giveaway in-store only. Must be 18 or older. See store or jcp.com for details.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make it fun and engaging, so you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. You can choose from topics like travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you speaking right away. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations.
Just 3 weeks? Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are designed by language experts and voiced by real native speakers, you'll get the accents just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.
Learning a language with Babbel doesn't take long.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
And now, try Babbel free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Omaha Maverick Hockey hosts St. Cloud this weekend at Baxter Arena. You can listen to the games Friday and Saturday night on News Talk 1290 Coil. It's UNO versus St. Cloud this weekend on your home for Maverick Hockey, News Talk 1290 Coil.
DJ's Dugout Sports Bar is proud to support Creighton Athletics, and DJ's is the official watch party sports bar of Creighton basketball. Nick Hanley here for my friends at DJ's. Watch Creighton basketball on DJ's huge TV walls at 7 metro locations. Plus, enjoy delicious food and a Blue Jay lemonade cocktail, of course. It's an Omaha tradition. Cheer for the Jays at DJ's. Voted Omaha's #1 sports bar locally in Vietnam, veteran-owned. Dig in at the Dugout.
Car repair is car repair. Most places you go can change your oil or fix your brakes. The difference is the experience you'll get at Omaha Car Care. We're part of the community. We were born here, and we believe that our relationship with you should be built to last. We're going to consult you, not sell you. We're going to give you a free loaner car. We're going to treat you like a valued friend that we want to continue to see in the years to come. I'm Rick Betker, owner of Omaha Car Care, and we'll be along for the ride.
The Woodcliff Restaurant in Fremont is just a quick sleigh ride from Omaha at Woodcliff Lake. Get a head start on all your stocking stuffers with gift cards from the Woodcliff Restaurant. Winters at the Woodcliff Restaurant are warm and inviting, like a Santa's workshop, but more fun. Stop fighting traffic, parking, and one-way streets. Slow down and enjoy a fantastic dinner at the lake with family and friends this holiday season. The Woodcliff Restaurant is Santa approved. Check them out at thewoodcliffrestaurant.com or on Facebook for specials and events.
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
All right, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. It's the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer and Josh Hodson with you. Last night in the NFL, another quarterback goes down.
Another one.
Down goes quarterback. So what? I mean, is this like half the league now? Is season-ending injuries?
I shared the stat last night. If Trevor Lawrence does not play on Sunday, 4 of the 7 AFC playoff teams currently do not have their quarterback.
I mean, we could just go through it team by team. Maybe we'll do this, spend some time on this and reaction over reaction. So Tua is still alive. Josh Allen's still alive. Rodgers died.
Of all the quarterbacks that have gone down, Tua still upright.
And Josh Allen, who takes 100 hits a game. Mac Jones, he's with us.
In spirit.
Only in spirit. Lamar's still upright.
Uh-huh.
Kenny Pickett's down. Deshaun Watson's down. Joe Burrow's down. Trevor Lawrence is down. Anthony Richardson's down.
The AFC North is down except for Lamar Jackson.
Correct. CJ Stroud's still up.
Yeah.
It's good. Ryan Tannehill down for his own reasons.
Uh-huh.
But that started with an injury, right?
It did.
Okay. That's iffy if we're counting that. Mahomes, Russ, Herbert are still alive, and what's his name? Quarterback for the Raiders did not make it. Jimmy G.
Nope. AOC.
We're on to AOC. Hurts is still with us. Dak is still with us. Danny Dimes, no. Sam Howell, yes. Jared Goff, yes. Kirk Cousins, no. Jordan Love, yes. And with a bullet.
Improving.
Look at this. Justin Fields came back. Desmond Ridder came back from his own poor play. Baker Mayfield's still there. All right, so it's not as bad as I thought. Derek Carr was out, right? And I don't know what the future is with him. Bryce Young's still upright somehow. Chubba's brother. Stafford was down and back. Gino's still up, and Kyler came back. All right, it's not as bad as I thought, but it seems bad.
It does.
We got a lot of starting quarterbacks that are out in the NFL right now. We'll see if anything comes along on Trevor Lawrence today in the now maybe wide open AFC.
Sure seems like it, right?
Maybe we'll touch on that in NFL Reaction Overreaction. And with our first guest of the show, Allan Bell, who will join us at 11:30. We'll also talk to a resident basketball sicko, Jacob Bigelow, at 1 o'clock. And there was a very, very fun sickos game last night in college basketball. We had the 2 worst high major teams play each other last night.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we'll also, of course, touch base on Louisville again.
Louisville
because
update.
it never stops. And also Nebraska with Jacob in the 1 o'clock hour. That's the lineup powered by the Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard. Of course, Josh will debut or will have the reiteration of his bottom 5.
New number 1.
Same as the old number 1.
New
number 1 for the first time.
I don't know if they've been number 1 yet.
We only have one team that's been eliminated from the playoffs right now. I wonder if they're number 1.
I don't know who that team is. So
that's the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, they were on Saturday. They could have hosted a playoff game. They were still alive.
Yeah, I saw that going around. I was like, yeah, you guys realize that that's impossible, right? That's not going to happen.
It's a miracle scenario, but it was still mathematically possible.
Yep, they are officially eliminated. They are the first to go.
Wow, what a bad weekend.
Good night to the Carolina Panthers. Elsewhere on the show today, we will talk quarterbacks, of course. I have created a bit of an odds board. We're not taking any action on this on the Connor Happer Show sportsbook, but I did for fun purposes, create a odds board. We'll go back to the committee has spoken on their decision-making process regarding Florida State.
There's a swear word on ESPN.com.
That's right. We'll get into that. A local product has won the Defensive Player of the Year in college football, and you're probably thinking, oh, Cool. Which player in Nebraska won Defensive Player of the Year in
Yeah.
college football?
Nebraska had a good defense.
It was Xavier Watts from Notre Dame. We'll wonder out loud what this means for Josh's Burke Hall of Fame chances.
I think it helps, and I'll lay out the case.
Okay. And we are in the end game now. Let's just start here. So this morning, the NCAA slid in some news on us, and they were like, hey, here you go. I know we're caught up in this whole transfer portal thing, and we still have football games in front of us. We have a whole bowl season. We got to crown a national champion still. Like, this is usually the thing that happens in like June and people lose their minds about. But it is a big change today, or at least a proposed big change in collegiate athletics. NCAA President Charlie Baker is proposing the creation of a new FBS subdivision that would allow the highest resource schools to compensate athletes directly through a trust as well as NIL. This subdivision will be supposedly comprised of institutions with the highest resources to invest in their student athletes should be required to do two things. One, within the framework of Title IX, invest at least $30,000 per year into an enhanced educational trust fund for at least half of the institution's eligible student athletes. And two, commit to work with their peer institutions in the subdivision to create rules that may differ from the rules in place for the rest of Division I. Those rules could include a wide range of policies such as scholarship commitment and roster size, recruitment, transfers, or NIL. This is what everybody has said when they say we're very close to the two splitting off, or we're very close to this world where the schools are going to be paying the players, or like what it hasn't that always been what we've talked about, Josh? It's close. We're close to this. Now it's officially being proposed by the president of the NCAA, and credit to him. Like, I don't think this is a bad thing. Obviously it's a swift change.
Yeah.
But I mean, there would be a long, arduous process, I'm sure, to go through it before any sort of thing like that is adopted. But one thing we do appreciate, outside of, players getting paid out of a trust by the athletic department directly, we'll put that aside for now. The thing that maybe is a big deal here, and a really positive thing for the sport, the way we watch it and the way we pay attention to it, is that these schools, if they should opt into this, would basically create their own set of rules that are not necessarily governed by the old rules the way we knew them, or apply to schools that do not have as many financial resources as a school like Nebraska or Ohio State or any school in the Big Ten like that, which I think is, it's a positive thing. It's obviously a negative thing if you are trying to compete at the highest level of the sport and you do not have the financial capabilities as a school like Nebraska or Iowa or Ohio State, USC does. So, it represents a pretty, a much different point of view, and a much different, I guess, way of going about business than the previous administration of the NCAA. And their new president, Charlie Baker, has finally given in. He said, hey, you know what? We're trending this way. It makes a lot of common sense to do it this way. So why don't we just do it? Now, what comes of it? What exactly does it look like? I'm not exactly sure yet, but you could guarantee that all the Power 5 schools with the money and the resources that they get from their conference via TV deals are going to opt into something like this. And they're going to be like, yeah, well, we have the money to have X amount of dollars in a trust to pay our student athletes, and we want to show our we want to recruit well, and so we want to say, hey, student athletes, come here, you get X amount of dollars when you sign on the dotted line. Like, that's it. That's the story. Then they can make their own rules as well. So it's a big deal. Now, it's also good if it ends up looking the way that I think it would, for uniformity. So a thing that has come up this week regarding the college football playoff and the SEC and all this stuff is it's interesting and it's goofy and it's wacky that we have these different conferences, and I'm talking about the Power Five, that compete at the same level of the sport, and they're all competing for the same trophy at the end of the year, but each of the conferences have different rules, such as how many people could travel on your roster and how many
what conference games you play.
That's it. That's what that's
Oh,
what
sorry. That's what you were leading.
That's
to.
what we
Sorry.
were building to. How many conference games you play. So, in order to do this, there would have to be some sort of commissioner, a college football czar, if you will, Josh, a college football commissioner of some sort.
Condoleezza Rice.
That would be in charge of the entire sport at that level, and they would set one set of rules, and there would be a uniformity across the Power Five, as we know it, the Power Five.
Bold proposition.
Which I think is ultimately a good thing the way it is right now. Now, I think I've sort of, shuddered against it for a while because I think the thing that makes college football so unique and quirky is the fact that it's different at all these, different places, and we have different people in charge and they have different priorities, and we play a different amount of conference games, and we've just adjusted to it. But I do think as we get closer and closer to uniformity in the sport, we're going to have 12 teams in the playoff next year. We're going to have 5 teams that automatically we're going to have 6 teams that automatically make the college football playoff, 5 from the Power 5 and 1 from the Group of 5 that are going to make the college football playoff. So why not, if we're all trending that direction and this is the sport's ultimate, the big finish, then why not have the same parameters throughout the regular season in order for those teams to actually meet the qualifications to get into said playoff? I think that's a good thing for the football. I don't know if it's a great thing for, as I always talk about, the soul of college football, but there's a certain amount of reality that goes into this as well. It's kind of just, it's like, this is the way we're headed. And the soul may have been gone for years and years and years.
I look forward to all those fans of the Apple Cup game to tell you that college football has once again died today. Once again, for the 12th time, delivered a eulogy for college football.
Still dead.
And we'll still turn that TV on each and every Saturday.
Dan writes in on Twitter, which you can tweet at us at Happer Show on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed.
Hi, Dan.
I haven't dug into this as much, but is there going to be a $30,000 cap? If so, we are heading back to paying players extra money under the table. No, Dan, the other way. There will be a $30,000 minimum into the trust. From which, eventually you're going to have to work on a maximum, right? Maybe, but if it all comes out of the athletic department, the big pot, then you could set aside however much money you want to pay your players, and you could figure out how to do that. Once again, within the framework of Title IX, invest at least $30,000 per year. This is how you get into the club. $30,000 entry fee per year into an enhanced educational trust fund for at least half of the institution's eligible student athletes.
See, the word education's in there.
It sure is.
It's all about school.
I'm not sure why, Josh. It doesn't really belong in there.
What a crock of bleep.
You could say whatever you want. You could call it whatever you want. You can call them student athletes for however long you want, but we all know what it is, right? And it's closer and closer to the model of professional sports. Not there yet, obviously, not completely there, obviously trending that direction. Anything on that, we will take it. 402-951-1620 on the 42 Degrees of Source hotline. And you can email Connor at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank inbox. We got a couple of those. We'll get to them when we come back. We'll also touch on the quarterback transfer portal and what moves us today. Any planes we're tracking going to various places? Did you hear, by the way, Nebraska is getting they're buying the plane.
I heard this.
They're going to buy the plane.
Now, this seems like a sticker shock story, and oh my gosh, but one of those things like, it's cheaper in the long run.
Yeah, like it functionally makes a lot of sense for Nebraska to just own the plane. So it'll become a lot easier when we're tracking planes.
A lot easier to fire a coach now that you own a plane to whisk about the country.
See you later. So we have plenty to come on a Tuesday edition of the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone. But first, it's the $15K payday on 1620 The Zone. You could win the ultimate payday with $15,000. All you have to do is enter to win on our website, 1620thezone.com.
Iron Eagle here from Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. Ryan Leaf and I are set for the Patriots and the Steelers from Pittsburgh this week. Mike Tomlin's squad still in the mix for an AFC playoff spot, but fell to 7-5 last week. Can they get back on the winning track against Ezekiel Elliott and the Patriots? Join us to find out on Thursday Night Football.
If it's the NFL, it's on 1620 The Zone.
Here's a little Christmas tip. Never ask Santa for adult beverages. Seriously, can you imagine the legal implications of carrying quality, locally brewed Nebraska beer or cider while flying a sleigh? So if you want your family and friends to gift you some Nebraska brewed awesomeness, ask and ye shall receive. Your local Nebraska Brewers Guild wants you to know that local brewers are currently working on special seasonal brews to make your holiday get-togethers merry and bright. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Nebraska Craft Brewers Guild.
Make the right call. John Higgins Weather Guard, the home of the roofery.
When it's time to replace or repair storm damage, make the right call. John Higgins Weather Guard, the local, trusted, and proven choice. No one has installed more Da Vinci roofs, and there's a reason why John Higgins Weather Guard is the nation's leader. Community member, community supporter. Make the right call.
John Higgins Weather Guard, the home of the rooferys. Make the right call.
A psoriasis flare-up can make a walk in the park, well, no walk in the park.
It's that obvious, huh? I've tried so many lotions and creams, but I still have symptoms.
So those don't do enough to treat the inflammation beneath the skin, leaving you with those uncontrolled symptoms.
Makes sense, but what else can I do?
You can get real with your dermatologist so they can help you get clear. Make an appointment and, you're already on it.
Hi, yes, I'd like to make an appointment.
Get real clear about psoriasis at letsgetrealclear.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Peerless Energy Systems is Nebraska and Iowa's locally owned and operated authorized solar air compressor distributor. Peerless Energy Systems provides products and solutions for compressed air systems, helping companies in manufacturing, food processing, transportation, auto body repair, car dealers, and more. Driving industry efficiency through service, support, and relationships, let Peerless Energy Systems help you increase efficiency with your compressed air systems today. PeerlessEnergy.com.
Can you feel it? It's more than the chill in the air or the excitement of the holidays. At Heart Ministry Center, we call it the attitude of gratitude. Thanks to you, we're able to provide food, health care, and a way forward to people severely affected by poverty in Omaha. With matching funds available, now's the perfect time to give. Visit heartministrycenter.org/gratitude or sign up to tour or volunteer. Heart Ministry Center, dignity for all.
The Woodcliff Restaurant in Fremont is just a quick sleigh ride from Omaha at Woodcliff Lake. Get a head start on all your stocking stuffers with gift cards from the Woodcliff Restaurant. Winters at the Woodcliff Restaurant are warm and inviting, like a Santa's workshop, but more fun. Stop fighting traffic, parking, and one-way streets. Slow down and enjoy a fantastic dinner at the lake with family and friends this holiday season. The Woodcliff Restaurant is Santa approved. Check them out at thewoodcliffrestaurant.com or on Facebook for specials and events.
Let it fly. Your elevated sports bar experience. KOZN Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. This is 1620 The Zone. Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
A couple emails here from you all on the Equitable Bank inbox. Also, another press release from the Omaha Supernovas, Josh.
Big talent acquisition.
They got a former Creighton player, Jazz Schmidt. Nice job by them. They're everywhere, man. Shout out to the Supernovas. They're everywhere.
They know they got to get after it, and they're getting after it. They're working hard.
They're getting after it. Chris writes in. He's got a couple of comments here.
Hi, Chris.
When we talked about the two worst high major teams playing each other last night, he asks, so who was Nebraska playing last night?
Oh, no, he didn't.
No, Nebraska is not one of the two worst high major schools this year. Historically, maybe. This year, no. And then he has a question about the money thing. Is Nebraska really at the top level? When we have when we have a head coach that is complaining about top quarterbacks costing several $1 million and essentially saying that Nebraska doesn't have that kind of money to spend, then one has to question if Nebraska is really in that super top tier. If we do have that money to spend, then why is our coach complaining about what it costs? Once again, separate. NIL Collective, Nebraska Athletic Department. Also, I do believe Nebraska does have the money to spend. I think what Rule was talking about is that he wants to live in a college football world where I think generally this is what he was trying to say. He wants to live in a college football world where the guys who are on his roster and who have performed are the ones getting rewarded for NIL rather than enter guy here shooting up bidding prices on the open market because he's in the transfer portal and everybody's got a need.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what he was talking about. And to that, I agree. Like, I agree with him. Now, reality is reality. You pay what you have to pay. And I don't want to make it out so like every guy is going into the portal just to see how much money he's worth or see how much money he could fetch. I think there is obviously some of that in the portal. I don't know why, if you're a quarterback right now, I don't know why you wouldn't go in the portal, to be completely honest with you. Everybody's got a need. You could always improve your situation. I guess unless you're Kyle McCord, which I don't think he can improve his situation that much.
Again, we said this yesterday. That feels like a different scenario.
Like, hey, we got another idea.
Hey, why don't you go do what's best for you, Kyle?
Maybe a little bit of that. So I like the way Rule thinks about college football, but there's also reality. And I think my impression, knowing not much about Nebraska's NIL operation, but I guess enough, like my impression is that if there is a under the table like directive from the football program to say, hey, this is the guy we want and we need to wow him and we need to, be the top bidder and like, bid against yourself if you have to, like spend more than you have to. You could like Kendall and Shiv Roy succession this thing.
Ooh.
Like, remember when they were just bidding against themselves against Logan?
Remember Succession?
What a show. One of the best of the year by far. I saw Josh's list that he was compiling for the end of the year. Can't wait.
Bangers
all day. They're just bidding against themselves. Like, I don't think they'll be afraid to wade into those waters. I don't think they want to go overboard with it, but I don't think they'll be that afraid to wade into those waters. John writes in.
Hi, John.
On the Equitable Bank inbox. I would like to formally nominate Josh Odson for the position of college football czar.
Oh? Show your work.
I don't have the work.
That's it?
That's what John says. Yeah.
I accept your nomination.
What would you do, Josh?
I will rule with an iron fist. The eye test is not the eye test. We will.
You want to have parameters?
A committee based on facts and.
A committee based on facts?
Yes.
That sounds weird.
No politicking. We will stick to sports.
Stick to sports. No politics.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Also, $100 handshakes. Welcome.
Oh, like to get into the playoff? Like they want a $100 handshake? You?
Me. Yeah, me.
Okay. So bribes, you're pro bribes.
Pro bribery.
As a CFB commissioner.
That's right.
Good for you, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them what you want. We did have another. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was going to read this. Trev commented on the Charlie Baker thing. So,
hi, Trev.
Charlie Baker, the president of the NCAA, says it's time for the NCAA to provide a forward-looking framework that preserves the best aspects of the student-athlete experience, builds on positive investments in women's sports, and improves overall athletic and academic experience for student-athletes at well-resourced schools. We must implement these key changes. 1, allow NCAA Division I schools to provide student-athletes with greater educational benefits. Education. Number 2, permit any Division I school to opt into NIL licensing opportunities with athletes. A new subdivision in which schools invest at least $30,000 per year in educational trust fund for at least half of its eligible student athletes, ensuring gender equity. Join NCAA staff and peers to establish appropriate rules for their schools. Lots more work to do, but I know student athlete leaders and college sport administrators everywhere are committed to deliver the world-class education and world-class athletic experiences across all 3 divisions. So nice job, Charlie. He's very good at writing press releases via tweets. Trev says to that, appreciate the proactive leadership from President Baker. While we have much work to do, this is an important step forward. That's from the athletic director. He's pro this.
Well, he knows he'd be a part of it, so.
That is correct. And somebody was asking earlier, are we sure? Are we sure Nebraska wants to be a part of it? Yes, we are sure. There is money.
I think they can scourge up $30,000.
Quickly, while we were talking about the college football playoff committee or committees of all sorts, really, whether it's Josh being the college football playoff czar or college football czar, or the college football playoff committee, which made a horrible mistake over the weekend.
People forget.
Heather Dinich caught up with a member of the committee. I believe this was unnamed source, although I could make sure because I had the story up last night. And actually, you know what? Let me get to it right here.
While you do that, let me lay out one more platform.
It was a committee member
for my college football czarship.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll put Greg Sankey in his place. I am the only one.
Oh, I like Greg.
Who can sit that fat jerk down.
What?
And tell him, look here. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. Shut the hell up.
Wow. Why do you want to shut up Greg Sankey?
Guy talks too much.
He's cool.
He's cool?
Yeah, I like Greg. He
compared the college football playoff to Sesame Street.
He loves his conference. And he's an elitist for his own conference. Just like we are elitists for our own show, Josh.
Well,
we say this is the best show, and there is no other show that's better than this. And everybody, if you listen to other shows, you're like watching Sesame Street.
One of these things is not like the other.
Okay.
I also love cookies.
But yes, this is from an unnamed committee member last night. Quote, on the selection process of choosing 1-loss Alabama over 0-loss Florida State to be the 4th seed in the college football playoff, quote, all of us had the emotional tie like, holy bleep, this is going to really suck to do this. One committee member told ESPN, we talked about that over and over. And we just kept coming back to, are they good enough with what they have to win a national championship? And it just kept coming back to, no, we didn't think they could. Which, once again, I just think we have our priorities wrong. I don't think it's about, I don't think it should be about, if we're talking about inclusion in the playoff, I don't think it should be about teams and their potential ability to win a national championship. It's about what they have done prior to that to get them an opportunity to play for a national championship. Not, once again, as I talked about yesterday, viewing the sport as a TV product and saying, oh, how do we get the best possible national championship game? This is how you do it. You just subjectively pick people randomly. That's how you do it.
Now, I'm a 38-year-old man. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I tend to know the signs of when I'm about to make a huge, horrible mistake. And it generally starts off with something inside my head similar to, holy bleep, this is really going to suck to do this. Generally, when I'm feeling that exact way, I do the opposite.
Wouldn't it have been just? We were talking about this a little bit, I think, off air yesterday, Josh. Wouldn't it have been so easy just to select Florida State?
It
right?
certainly would have.
Like, obviously, you would have had the SEC, and Iowa JD writes in on Twitter right now. Are we going to ignore that it came out today to the SEC? If the SEC was not in the playoff, ESPN would have lost $150 million. Guys, $150 million. First of all, $150 million is like nothing. $150 million is like what I would put in the vending machine here, aka pennies, because many people put pennies in the vending machine.
We have a sign and everything. I don't care what ESPN makes or doesn't make.
No, but he's saying like that's why they were.
Well, that's why they did it.
That's why they did it. Once again, I go back to the whole, and maybe that's part of the motivation. None of the committee members, I don't think, work for ESPN. You know, but maybe there's some sway in there.
Joey Galloway is not on the playoff committee.
No, great news for us. Joey Galloway is not on any committees.
Maybe that's how Washington got in.
Look, this is easy. This is easy. I'm just saying, this is easy. Why is it easy, Joey? I'm just saying it's easy. I'm just saying it's easy. That was Joey Galloway on the playoff show the other day. So this came out last. I mean, the Heisman finalists came out last night, and
It's true, they did.
Jordan Travis was not on the list, and I saw it going around, and I thought this is maybe a little petty, but let's just play it up because we're all mad at the committee right now.
Exactly.
Jordan Travis wasn't good enough to make the Heisman finalist, but he was good enough to change the entire outcome of the playoff field. You know, like if you're telling me that it makes that big of a difference, if Jordan Travis is not there compared to when he is, then shouldn't he be that much of a difference maker where he's in the final 4 or 5 for the Heisman Trophy?
Michael Penix has benefited greatly from this Jordan Travis injury.
Anyway, I thought that was a fair point last night, but I like piling on, you know. But like I was saying before, don't you think it would have been easy, regardless of like what you think the conspiracy theories are with the money and ESPN and all this stuff? Like, it would have been so easy to just say, okay, Florida State.
Our hands were tied.
Would there have been this whole, like, would the unnamed committee member have said that if the choice would have been Florida State instead of Alabama? Like, holy bleep, it's going to really suck to do this? No. Because you'd be including a team that hasn't lost a game in favor of a team that has lost a game. It's going to suck to leave the SEC out of the playoff, and maybe that would have been said.
It would have been, holy bleep, our hands are tied.
Right. It's the inconsistency, right? Alabama was number 5 last year. They got left out for TCU. Did we really think that TCU was better than Alabama? I don't know. Alabama played with Georgia, and TCU certainly did not. Do you remember the national championship game? So maybe there's a little bit of that from last year, too. It's like, yeah, we already watched that. We already watched and Florida State is a prestige program, like it's a big brand. But we already watched a program that came in as the number 4 seed, and nobody really thought much of them, and they would have been probably 2 touchdown underdogs in the game. We already watched that happen, and they won, and they lost the national championship game by 50-plus points, or by 48 or whatever it was. We don't want to do that again. Maybe there was a little bit of that, and Alabama happened to be the beneficiary this time. But I just think it would have been so easy to include Florida State. And that doesn't make it automatically the right decision. It was a tough one no matter what, but you just have to get your priorities straight. You just have to figure out what you want, the parameters. And for me, they had been telling us for the last 10 years of this playoff that it mattered what you did in the regular season. It mattered that you won a conference championship. It mattered that you went undefeated and all this stuff. And they threw it away, and they made one rule more important than the other, which is all the injuries count. All the injuries count.
And once again,
and I think they probably just used that to fit the narrative a little bit more, that they thought Alabama was better anyway, and they said, well, Jordan Travis is out. They wouldn't have won the game anyway. So boom. And then they'll be proven right in a couple weeks when they play.
Every time we do this, we have to throw in the obligatory. We're not saying Florida State would have beaten Michigan.
Correct.
They earned the right to get throttled, though. And
I couldn't agree more.
Maybe with that Big Ten offense that Michigan runs, maybe that really good Florida State defense could have made a game out of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Georgia offense of last year.
And maybe with a month of, practice with their backup quarterback, they just won a conference title with their third string quarterback. Against the top 10 team in the country.
Maybe Michigan would have done that thing it always does, where they let
poop
it run,
their pants.
Yeah, they let it run down their leg in the postseason. Gee, I don't know.
Chris M writes in on the Equal Bank inbox. The committee got it right. Now, I haven't read this, but the subject line says the committee got it right.
Spicy.
Everyone seems to conveniently forget that from the beginning, this exact scenario is exactly why they formed a committee that would choose the 4 best teams. This is why it wasn't tied to computer polls or records. Also, if there was anyone out there that actually thinks current day Florida State is a better team than Texas or Alabama, well, shut the hell up. You were just being dumb. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Never have.
I think we've admitted the opposite throughout this entire time. But I would like I said, I think it should be about the resume. I think it should be about the regular season. I think it should be about what you did. And they just very simply didn't lose. What they told us was losing a quarterback was more significant to your resume than losing a game.
Mm-hmm. In that case, if I'm Alabama, I have my starter play one game, bench him the rest of the season, then come back to the committee and say, we're Alabama.
Well, and then,
we'd like in the playoff, please.
And to Chris's point, like, we've used the phrase the 4 best teams. As we said yesterday, that is subjective. What I think is the best is not what you think is the best. That's why Josh has the top 5 every day, and I say you're wrong. Right?
I was thinking about this on my drive home yesterday. Who do you think are the best 4 teams in the country? Just
question.
Regardless of conference, regardless of anything, just pure eye test. Who do you think are the 4 best teams in the country?
I will probably go with in no order.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia.
I agree.
Michigan.
I don't agree.
Ohio State and Oregon.
I would go Georgia, Washington, Oregon, Texas.
Yeah.
Even though I have seen with my eyes Oregon lose to Washington 2 times.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole thing. Like I just named the 7th. We both just said that the 7th ranked team on here is one of the best.
Yeah.
And they would have a great opportunity to win a national championship.
Yep.
That's why you can't do it that way.
I was excited for a potential 1 versus 4 playoff game of Georgia versus Oregon.
Isn't that what it does?
Ecstatic.
Like, theoretically, if we're chasing this for, if we're chasing the logic down the line, what is stopping the committee from taking like a 3-loss Alabama? What is stopping the committee from saying,
if it's just vibes, then go with the vibes.
If it's just vibes, then it's just vibes. It's like, I'm just going to randomly pick K-State, Iowa, Nebraska, and Kentucky to make the college football playoff this year. I just like watching them. You think people would watch it? Sure.
Of
course they would.
It's football. People
It's
watch
football. You're playing for a trophy at the end of the season. Of course people would watch it. Why can't that be the playoff? That's what they just said. And we can create whatever playoff we want.
You know what would be cool?
That's the new catchphrase for the committee. You know what would be cool? Georgia or Alabama versus Michigan. Now that would be cool. That's what I'm talking about. All right, 402-951-1620. I want to hear from you guys on the 42 Degrees of Source hotline. Brian writes in on the Equitable Bank inbox. Georgia is top 4. Yeah, I agree. I think Georgia's one of the 4 best teams in the country. They just lost to Alabama. And guess what? I don't think they deserve to be in the playoff because they lost a game and they didn't win their conference. Would I love to? Do I think, can they say at the end of the year, yeah, I think we were probably the best team in the country? There's been, how many teams that has happened to throughout the history of time in college football. Yeah, I thought we were the best team in the country that year, and they didn't get the opportunity to play for a national championship, or didn't play for a national championship, or didn't win the national championship. It's like all the time. There's only, I mean, it happens probably like half the time where the team, where we're like, yeah, I think the best team in the country won the national championship. I think the best team in the country won the national championship, and maybe not so much in the playoff era, I guess.
Major college football has always had the single worst way of determining its champion, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and
yet here I am, shocked every time.
Here we are. One quick call here from Brandon on the 42 Degrees Source hotline. Hey, Brandon.
Hey, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
I've just got a point to make about the SEC. You know, because they're so hell bent on not having only 8 conference games, where all the other major conferences have 9. And then they schedule a patty cake game for week 11, so teams are all rested up for the conference championship. I just think until that playing field gets leveled, I think maybe Florida State should have been in, because Florida State played 9 conference games.
Mm-hmm.
And
they went on the road in Power 5 for 2 other non-conference.
Yeah, and they were 2-0 against the SEC teams.
Yep.
So, and as far as like Kirby Smart saying he thinks every SEC team should be ranked, he's full of baloney. From top to bottom, the SEC is no bigger than the Big Ten. The Big Ten's usually got 2 really good teams, Michigan and Ohio State. Well, the SEC's the same thing, Georgia and Alabama. Mississippi and Ole Miss, Mississippi State, they were ranked at one point this year, but they didn't deserve to be.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And Brandon, thanks for the call, because I think it's a good point. Here's what the SEC does better than anybody else. They pound their chest. They say, we are the best. We're going to continue to drill it into your heads that we're the best conference, and we've just bought it over those years. There's great football players in that conference. There's great football players in the Big Ten. There's great football players in the Pac-12. And when they match up in bowl season, usually the Big Ten wins, actually. You know?
In the regular season, I believe the ACC is 6-4 against SEC teams.
Right. The SEC is very good at saying that the SEC is the best. And if you say it enough, people start to believe you. And that is definitely what has happened. You can follow the rankings. But when those two teams, when those schools play against each other, even when you like have a bowl game that's like Purdue and Tennessee, didn't Purdue and Tennessee play each other in a bowl game last year or something, or a couple of years ago?
That feels right.
That was like a Music City Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that. Remember when Purdue beat Tennessee in the Music City Bowl in 2021? Right? Like, even when you get the middling schools like that, it's like you actually watch the games and you're like, oh, I kind of thought Tennessee was like a top 15 team and they just got beat by Purdue. And like, what happened here?
It's why if you watch Missouri play football, you go, this is really the 12th best team in the country. Oh, they haven't played anybody.
Thank you for whispering that, Josh. Nobody needed to really hear that, but everyone needed to hear it secretly. All right. Yeah, the SEC is very, very good at pounding its chest, and they definitely need to straighten out the 9-game things, and maybe we are headed down that path with the new ruling, or the new proposed rule this morning by the new NCAA president. Allan Bell will join next. We can ask him about some of this stuff, and of course the weekend in the NFL and what's ahead there as well. Next on 1620 The Zone. But first, speaking of the NFL, speaking of gambling, right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets with the FanDuel Sportsbook, and all you have to do is win a $5 money line bet. $150 if your team wins on the money line. So check out the slate for whether it's Thursday, Saturday, Sunday in the NFL, even Monday. If you're thinking about joining FanDuel, there is no better time to get in on the action. You can go with the spreads, the money line bet that it's going to earn you nice bonus bets, but also player props, anytime touchdown scores, and anything in between. There's so much to offer on the FanDuel Sportsbook. Head to FanDuel.com/Happer. Kick off the NFL season with FanDuel, official partner of the NFL. 21 and over, present in Iowa. First online real money wager only. $5 pregame moneyline wager required. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is not withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone.
The brand new Dollar General Distribution Center in Blair is now hiring. Starting wage is up to $22 per hour with benefits including medical, dental, vision, 401k, and a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Apply today by texting DG Warehouse to 25000 or online at dollargeneral.com/careers. Again, apply today by texting DG Warehouse to 25000 or online at dollargeneral.com/careers. Dollar General can't wait to have you become a team member at their brand new distribution center.
Santa says early bird gift cards are perfect for holiday gift giving. Get to Early Bird Brunch in the Blackstone District, Shadow Lake Town Center, or Regency Landing to buy your gift cards. Get $10 free with a $50 gift card purchase. Early Bird, not your everyday brunch every day. Early Bird offers a variety of pancakes, Benedicts, omelets, and a full breakfast cocktail menu. For more menu info, check out earlybirdbrunch.com. Early Bird Brunch, where the early bird gets the pancake and the holiday gift card.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Hi, this is Doug Nodgard with Equitable Bank. Great service never goes out of style. When the digital age dawned, many said computers would be able to handle many of the interactions that used to take a person. Boy, were they wrong. How many times have you called your bank and gotten a recording to press 1 or 2? Not at Equitable. Not only does Equitable answer your call in the first ring, it's answered by a human being. That's because Equitable Bank values its customers. Equitable Bank, we take banking personally. Member FDIC.
When it comes to protecting your home, J. Stennett Contracting takes pride in ensuring every detail is handled. Roofing, siding, gutters. When it comes to the exterior of your home, J. Stennett Contracting has you covered. This fall, consider gutter guards to block debris and prevent clogs and save you the hassle of regular maintenance. Schedule a consultation today and let J. Stennett Contracting's expert team and durable gutter guards ensure your gutters are working properly in every season. J. Stennett Contracting. We have you covered. JSCRestoration.com.
Santa says early bird gift cards are perfect for holiday gift giving. Get to Early Bird Brunch in the Blackstone District, Shadow Lake Town Center, or Regency Landing to buy your gift cards. Get $10 free with a $50 gift card purchase. Early Bird, not your everyday brunch every day. Early Bird offers a variety of pancakes, Benedicts, omelets, and a full breakfast cocktail menu. For more menu info, check out earlybirdbrunch.com. Early Bird Brunch, where the early bird gets the pancake and the holiday gift card.
It hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, I never smoked a cigarette. How in the hell did I get lung cancer?
I don't smoke. I've never smoked. So I started Googling. One word just kept coming up, like it was in bold and red, and it was radon.
Radon is the number 2 cause of lung cancer.
Well, you don't know if it's in your home. You got to test. You can't see it. You can't taste it. You can't smell it.
What's your level? Radon Defense Midwest can help. Visit radonradio.com for a special offer. That's radonradio.com.
The Zone Hotline is powered by 42 Degrees, The Source, by your mom's house.
Attention sales professionals. NRG Media is looking for an accomplished business-to-business salesperson who wants to take their success and skills to a new level. Is this you? Our account executives work with local businesses to create marketing plans to help them get more customers. On-air, digital, on-site, audio, video, it's all part of what you could sell. A sales career with NRG lets you make a real difference. Get more info and apply online at nrgmedia.com. NRG Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Did you know Adam Sandler is in Omaha today?
Oh, is that today?
If you see Adam Sandler out hooping at your local YMCA with his super baggy shorts on, please send us a picture.
Where's Creighton practicing today?
Good question. Probably on campus.
There you go.
You think you'll drop by?
Get some run?
I mean, that's what he does, right?
Yeah.
Or just like show up, like watch out for the malls, I would say.
The malls?
Yeah, the malls. People just see him out in public, and
remember that time Justin Bieber went to Westroads? They wrote a song.
They wrote a whole song about it. Yes, the Omaha Mall, famously, Josh. It was a low point for our city, actually. I just wanted to warn people: keep your eyes out today for Adam Sandler. Speaking of Adam Sandler, would like you to weigh in on this, Josh.
Oh, okay.
Last night, we had a moment in our NFL game. The Bengals had scored a touchdown to tie the game at 7-6 at the time. Extra point made it 7-7 against the Jacksonville Jaguars on the Jags' first Monday night game since the Obama administration last night.
Entirely possible.
It's been a long time. And then they did their little celebration. Do you have it?
I can very quickly.
It's up here, yeah. And Orlando Brown Jr. is 27 years old. He decided to add this to the end of the celebration.
Jackass!
That's it. He just yelled jackass into the camera. Now, was he quoting Happy? He's 27 years old. All right. Is Orlando Brown old enough to understand and make that reference to "you will not make this putt, jackass"? Or is he simply just saying that word into the camera for fun? If so, wild move by him. If it's a Happy Gilmore reference, I'm fine with it.
It almost has to be, because where else do you hear someone call another person a jackass?
and specifically the way he said it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if anybody asked him about this after the game. I haven't followed up. I probably should have. Maybe we should call Orlando. But
I'll reach out to the Bengals.
You reach out to the Bengals, see what they have to say.
Look, I don't care if we get him on the show or not. I just want to know, is that what he was doing?
Is that what he was doing? I just give me some motivation. That's all. I just want to figure that out. He's 27, Josh.
But
Happy Gilmore came out in what year?
I don't know, 94? I mean, that's a relatively timeless movie. 96.
Okay.
For Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't see it right away in 96. I would have been 4 at the time. But I feel like I am right in the wheelhouse for Happy Gilmore watchers. 31-year-old white dudes who don't play professional football.
I don't want to paint people with a broad brush.
Go ahead. You paint all you want, Josh.
Generally,
that movie's for white people?
Well, but athletes tend to be sometimes less mature than other professions.
Oh, so you're saying this is a reason why he was quoting Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
In my experience, athletes don't have time to watch movies or take in popular culture.
So maybe that's what he took in when he was 14, the last time he had free time, and that's what stuck.
Poll question up at Happer Show right now on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Was Orlando Brown quoting Happy Gilmore?
Now, normally I would go, was he quoting Happy Gilmore there?
Well, yeah,
but
we have to be a little. I'm actually interested in the research here.
Yeah, that's why I did that. That's why I named names.
I genuinely don't know. My gut says yes.
The tone,
but it's very close,
and tenor with which he said jackass.
The way he said it, jackass.
Also, why were a number of media organizations in their headlines and articles, they're talking about this, and he said, quote, JACK *****.
You can say that. The FCC allows us to say it.
I went a very long time last night thinking he said something else.
What could it have possibly been?
Well, it's a 3-letter word that comes after Jack that you wouldn't say on the radio.
Jack?
Yeah.
Jack, 3-letter word.
Everybody
text it to me. Somebody text it.
Send it to the text line 402-951-1620.
Because Josh can't tell me. If we had those new boards where the button you could just tell me in my ear, then that would be great.
Now I could turn off both of our mics, shout it, and turn them back on very quickly.
Nah.
Yeah, Greg's got it. Greg in the chat's got it.
Okay. Hold on. Oh, that. I was thinking like a bad word after Jack.
No.
Gotcha. I was like, Jack.
The word
Jack Hole?
The word is off. But by itself,
yes,
I can say that word.
You can.
Now, I will not put those two words together.
That would be bad.
That's a gray area.
But you can. It's weird that you could say the A word after that.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you called you said the A word instead of the actual word? Ass.
Probably a lot.
It's been a long time. Speaking of the NFL game last night, an update on Trevor Lawrence, who famously did not have a cart last night to roll him off the field.
What's going on?
What are we doing in Jacksonville? I'm not sure. He's your franchise quarterback. Nope, we're just gonna slowly just walk him back.
Guys. Maybe just I don't know what a golf cart costs, but first of all, it's Florida.
Here's my theory. And it's sort of confirmed by the news, which Schefter gives us. Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson told reporters that Trevor Lawrence has a high ankle sprain. So they figured, hey, nothing's broken. We don't need to air cast you or anything like that. Because it looked like it was maybe headed that direction at first. Just the way the
he
injury
reacted and didn't get up. Yeah.
It's like that looked the way it was headed. And then if you're sitting there and you're Trevor Lawrence and it's not broken, high ankle sprains hurt like a B word.
Can't say that one.
B word, A word, all of it. They hurt so bad initially. But you're like
hurts like a LeBron.
But the doctors are telling him, hey, look, nothing's broken. And so Trevor's probably like, all right, well then I don't need no damn cart. That would be my reaction personally. So I guess I'm gonna defend the Jaguars staff for not bringing out the cart.
Khan family, I implore you, fire one wrestler and buy a golf cart instead. Trust me, you'll thank me later.
Once again, if anybody sees Adam Sandler walking out around town, please let us know. I don't know if we were doing anything with them, but like if he was in studio, this would be a must. Like if he was around and
they told us, hey, do you want Tech 9 to come in? And we're like, yeah,
absolutely. Sure. We would demand that Adam Sandler would come in and talk sports with us for an hour.
Wheelhouse.
I don't think we have that opportunity.
Probably not. Greg and Lincoln.
Hey, Greg.
On the chat. My wife is a nurse. She walked by the TV as they were walking him in the tunnel. What are they doing?
No, like functionally, they just could have made it a lot easier and faster to just get him out of there. But you don't want the cart. Like you never want the cart. If you're a player, you don't want the cart.
Trevor Lawrence screams toughness.
Hey, what has he ever done to prove he's not tough?
I mean, generally, it's just his overall aesthetic of looking like Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
He does, yeah. He also looked like that one guy in that music video we were watching this morning. Hootie and the Blowfish.
He looks like one of the Blowfish.
He looks like one of the Blowfish. All right, Josh has the odd news when we return next on 1620 The Zone.
Previously on Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
It doesn't seem like any of us are supper people in here.
I was a supper person.
I was too, and I moved away from it. I hate supper. People who call dinner supper call lunch dinner, and these people trigger me. Dinner is only lunch on weekend, on like a Sunday.
My grandmother would call supper a snack between lunch and dinner, and then sometimes dinner would be dinner, but dinner wouldn't be dinner. I didn't understand these etiquettes.
Unsportsmanlike Conduct with John Bishop and Josh Peterson. Weekdays 2 to 6 on 1620 The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Mostly sunny skies throughout your Tuesday afternoon, hitting a high temperature in the low 40s. Partly cloudy overnight. Tomorrow morning, a temperature in the mid-20s. Mostly sunny skies throughout tomorrow with a strong south breeze, hitting a high temperature in the mid-50s. I'm meteorologist Luke Vickery, KETV Newswatch 7.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4962. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4962. That's 800-575-4962. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Suicide can be prevented by knowing the warning signs. And most importantly, knowing what to do if you recognize those signs in yourself, a loved one, or even a stranger. There are simple ways you can be there for someone, so they can be here for more tomorrows. Visit moretomorrowsne.org to learn the signs, how to approach the conversation, and where to get help. Or call 988 for help now. That's moretomorrowsne.org.
This year, be sure your giving includes the Heart Ministry Center. Located at 24th and Binney, Heart Ministry Center provides food, health care, and a way forward to people severely affected by poverty in Omaha. Your donation helps make all we do possible. Please visit us online at heartministrycenter.org. You can also take a tour or volunteer. You'll see just what it means to be part of the Heart. Heart Ministry Center, dignity for all.
Attention sales professionals. NRG Media is looking for an accomplished business-to-business salesperson who wants to take their success and skills to a new level. Is this you? Our account executives work with local businesses to create marketing plans to help them get more customers. On air, digital, on-site, audio, video, it's all part of what you can sell. A sales career with NRG lets you make a real difference. Get more info and apply online at nrgmedia.com. NRG Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Did you know that radon is the #1 cause of lung cancer for non-smokers and that our region has some of the highest levels in the country? Radon Defense Midwest can test and fix your home. Visit radonradio.com for an exclusive offer for 1620 The Zone listeners. That's radonradio.com.
The Woodcliff Restaurant in Fremont is just a quick sleigh ride from Omaha at Woodcliff Lake. Get a head start on all your stocking stuffers with gift cards from the Woodcliff Restaurant. Winters at the Woodcliff Restaurant are warm and inviting, like a Santa's workshop, but more fun. Stop fighting traffic, parking, and one-way streets. Slow down and enjoy a fantastic dinner at the lake with family and friends this holiday season. The Woodcliff Restaurant is Santa approved. Check them out at thewoodcliffrestaurant.com or on Facebook for specials and events.
DJ's Dugout Sports Bar is proud to support Creighton Athletics, and DJ's is the official watch party sports bar of Creighton basketball. Nick Hanley here for my friends at DJ's. Watch Creighton basketball on DJ's huge TV walls at 7 metro locations. Plus, enjoy delicious food and a Blue Jay lemonade cocktail, of course. It's an Omaha tradition. Cheer for the Jays at DJ's. Voted Omaha's #1 sports bar locally in Vietnam, veteran-owned. Dig in at the Dugout.
Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. EquitableOnline.com.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
All right, another poll question up at Happer Show. Does Trevor Lawrence look like a blowfish? Thank you to Steve for sending that one to us.
Thanks, Steve. And the answer is yes.
Yes, if we're talking about Hootie's blowfish.
Yes.
Not if we're talking about an actual blowfish.
Now, a lot of people are going to see that poll question and go, no.
He doesn't.
Absolutely not.
But you don't know what we're talking about unless you listen to the show. It's like a little club.
Real ones know.
All right, Josh, what do we got today?
Well,
I'm gonna turn my attention to the Royals on the on MLB Network again.
Okay, good.
Draft lotteries tonight.
Good to know that I have to listen to your segments, but you don't have to listen to mine.
You don't listen to my segments.
Not all the time. got a bottom 5 to do later today. We continue our look at 2023 in review. The most searched for items on Wikipedia this year have been revealed.
Oh, good.
84 billion page views on Wikipedia this year, according to numbers released this morning.
Taylor Swift.
Number 12. 19.5 billion page views.
Is she the most page viewed person?
The most living person, yes.
Okay, somebody who died this year.
No, not someone who died this year. A historical figure.
Hitler.
The under hits. And no, he is nowhere on this list.
Okay. All right, come on, give it to me.
I guess let's do the things we know. Number 7, the most viewed person, J. Robert Oppenheimer.
Okay.
A lot of people this summer probably went, "What's this Oppenheimer guy all about?"
I do that. Like, I go to a movie, and if it's a true story, I will immediately go to the Wikipedia page afterwards and just read the entire thing.
How true was that?
Yeah. Almost every time.
Let's see. A lot of things related to cricket and Indian soccer. I don't know if you know this. There's like 1 billion people in India.
Yep.
Many
billion.
Number 3 was the Cricket World Cup. 38 billion page views. Number 2, deaths in 2023. They must just have a running log there. 42.5 billion page views. And number 1 with 49.5 billion page views, Chat GPT.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever looked at Chat GPT's Wikipedia page.
I have not. I have used Chat GPT. We wrote a Cat Stevens song this year.
That's right. It ended up being pretty funny.
It really did.
Yeah.
The film Barbie finished 13th. Cristiano Ronaldo finished 14th. Lionel Messi 15th. Let's see. Matthew Perry 17th.
I wonder how vastly different this list would be if you just did like the American version.
Yeah. Good ask by you.
Taylor Swift would probably be like number 2 on there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of cricket stuff in here. Also, the one that made me go, "Oh yeah, that happened this year."
Oh, good.
Number 25, 12.75 billion page views. Andrew Tate.
Now, didn't he go to jail?
I believe so.
Let me add a page view for him.
Is his current domestication situation?
Yeah, where's he living at? Let's see. He has a whole section on here called criminal investigations.
See, now that's what you don't want on your Wikipedia page. Also, you don't want a controversies section on your Wikipedia page.
Yeah, so he's definitely under investigation. He was put on house arrest.
Oh.
And then that was loosened. I believe he's in Romania.
Sure.
And he's allowed to travel only in Romania.
Oh, he's doing the Roman Polanski thing.
Yeah. Andrew Tate.
That's what innocent people do.
Yeah, that guy's horrible.
Good take by you.
Yep.
We move on to another story.
The stuff that people like, man.
This one takes place in Florida. Meet Alex. The 33-year-old Floridian was arrested Saturday after he stole a tattoo.
Yeah, okay.
That's right. He stole a tattoo.
Gonna need some detail.
He went into a tattoo parlor, Ink God's shop in St. Petersburg. Now, that's God spelled with a Z at the end, of course.
Oh, so he dined and dashed.
He did.
Gotcha.
He wanted to get the Waffle House logo tattooed on his right calf. They did the black outline for it, and it was time to color it in with the trademark yellow. They told him, that's $100 extra for color.
And he was like, why not?
And he said, yeah, sure. Ink me up, bro. When it came time to pay for the tattoo, he refused all options to satisfy his debts, cops reported. The the police eventually caught up to him, found him, and found $6 and a driver's license in his pockets and nothing else. The tattoo cost $250 in full.
Not that bad. Could have been worse.
He lives in nearby Clearwater. He has bonded out of jail after posting $150.
That's funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
In addition to the Waffle House tattoo, Alex has several other tattoos, including insane clown posse logo on his forearm.
ICP.
This would be a juggalo.
Yep. You got to make people pay before you get the tattoo, probably.
Yeah, I feel like.
Or either that or you got to have like,
Collateral.
Huel Babineau at the door.
Yeah.
And just blocking the whole thing.
The owner of the tattoo shop, Ink Gods with a Z.
Of course.
And he said, this does happen on occasion, usually during spring break and not during the off season.
Yeah. The out-of-towners come in. They start stealing tats from us.
You got to have a doorman.
Yeah. Doorman or make them prepay. I wouldn't have any problem prepaying.
Yeah, no.
If I was paying.
I would pay for the work.
Yeah.
That's what the work costs. Okay. Now I understand, like, there might be a, like, hey, if you're not satisfied.
That's true.
But at a certain point, there's nothing we can do for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tattoo. It's pretty permanent.
Yeah. Finally, in music, it took 65 years, Connor, but Brenda Lee's Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree has finally hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Really?
Yeah.
It happened already?
It just happened.
I feel like I'm having the
this week.
I feel like I'm having the absence of Christmas music so far this year.
Well, that's great. Good for you.
Yeah. But that's because I spent all my time listening to 1620 The Zone, home of no Christmas music ever.
We, we're a bastion of safety for many.
In fact, you'll listen to the hosts and they have no idea what's going on. Christmas music category.
The holiday classic came out more than 6 decades ago, but it finally is the most popular song in the country. Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
Rockin' Around.
Yeah, that's the one. The Christmas Tree. Yeah.
It's a good one.
You can hear it in such great films as Home Alone, the best Christmas movie.
Every Christmas movie.
Which is a huge milestone. Obviously, Brenda Lee's fame song grew in popularity as it got older. This is not unheard of with the state of music today. That's right.
No, it's not,
Josh.
Yeah.
Starting in 2019, every year it's gotten higher. 2 years ago, it peaked at #3. Last year, it peaked at #2, and now it's #1. Mariah Carey's famous Christmas song, whatever the hell, All I Want for Christmas Is You, that peaked several, every year that hits #1.
Yep.
And, nobody listens to new music anymore because new music sucks.
This is just an excuse for you to get on your high horse about music.
A little bit.
Which I like it.
Yeah.
That's good. I think it's a good take.
New music sucks.
Well, come up with better new music.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You don't have to just make old songs again.
I guess let me
Hey, Post Malone, we're gonna do a version of a song that's already been recorded and made famous by other people like 4 different times.
Yeah, like
that's Post Malone's new thing.
Let me throw some nuance on this take. I think there are talented musicians now.
Sure.
I just think that it's like it's a lot like movies where it's just people only like what they know. So yeah, I'll do Fast Car.
Well, and the other thing is what's happening. Like if you go on the popular social networking app called TikTok, the children on there will think that they have discovered a song that was extremely popular before they were born. And they're like, wow, how am I just finding out about this? This song should be huge. And
the song is Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Then there's one old guy that comes in and he's like, hey, this song was already massively popular. You just missed the boat. And you didn't do anything. You deserve no credit for this. And it proves a couple things. Number 1, that kids are idiots. Number 2, that older music is better.
Oh my God, you guys, I just heard this My Heart Will Go On song.
Yeah.
You should check it out.
They used to make
hit my page up.
They used to make entire soundtracks for movies. That's when movies and soundtracks were better.
Hell yeah, great take by you. I will admit I am a fan of like hey, we made our basketball team listen to the Foo Fighters for the first time ever.
Like the videos where
the YouTube
they have
videos.
to like blind react to stuff.
Yeah.
I do like the blind reaction guys. The one guy who listened to Freebird for the first time. That was a great video.
That's a great one because Freebird is like 3 different songs.
He's just
at certain points.
It's like, yeah, I kind of like this. That's the whole. It's 9 minutes long. And he's just sitting there going,
Freebird
the whole time. It's actually a great YouTube video. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
We will come back the noon hour. We will jump into the quarterback transfer portal. Also, the Shohei Ohtani,
this guy
thing is starting to heat up a little bit.
What a diva.
Plenty to come on 1620 The Zone.
Ian Eagle here from Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. Ryan Leaf and I are set for the Patriots and the Steelers from Pittsburgh this week. Mike Tomlin's squad still in the mix for an AFC playoff spot, but fell to 7-5 last week. Can they get back on the winning track against Ezekiel Elliott and the Patriots? Join us to find out on Thursday Night Football.
If it's the NFL, it's on 1620 The Zone.
Host is roasting every morning. Host is roasting every day.
Put your coffee department in good hands with Host Coffee Service, providing direct delivery and loaned coffee equipment with service programs. If you're ready to change to a better coffee provider, it's time for Host Coffee.
Omaha's best coffee since 1972. Host Coffee is always roasting something good for you.
The holidays are here. This holiday season, we encourage you to come support our local stores in Omaha. And Westwood Plaza has everything you need to find that perfect gift. Ostad's Golf inside Westwood Plaza is a family-owned business with strong Midwest roots. At Ostad's, they pride themselves on creating experiences that turn customers into lifelong friends. Golf equipment may be what they sell, but at the end of the day, they're really in the business of fun. Come and see them for all your gift-giving needs at Westwood Plaza, 121st and Center. In Japanese, Zan means something akin to remaining, while Shin means mind or heart. In martial arts, Zanshin refers to a particular state of heightened awareness. The dojo, Zanshin Martial Arts, is the school of the remaining heart. Their mission is to support our community as a safe space for the improvement and protection of all. Get your loved one the gift of Zanshin Martial Arts this holiday season. Come see what they're about on 125th and Center inside Westwood Plaza. Everything you need to shop locally for the holidays is at Westwood Plaza in Omaha.
Do you hear what we hear? Omaha Steaks has tons of jobs and hours. Right now, we're hiring for a variety of seasonal positions in our warehouses. Make this holiday extra jolly with a great employee discount on gourmet foods you can use all year long. To view available job openings and to apply online, go to omahasteaks.com/jobs or text steaks to 22633 to apply today. 'Tis the season to make some holiday cash at Omaha Steaks.
This holiday season, give the gift of education. Give the gift of play, only at Omaha Children's Museum. From Black Friday through New Year's Eve, save $25 when you give the gift of membership. Members receive free daily admission to the museum, family fun weekends, early admission to our new interactive exhibits, discounts in the gift shop, and so much more. This holiday season, give the gift of fun, give the gift of membership with the Omaha Children's Museum. Visit ocm.org for more information.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults.
Nothing is everything.
Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
When it comes to protecting your home, J. Stennett Contracting takes pride in ensuring every detail is handled. Roofing, siding, gutters. When it comes to the exterior of your home, J. Stennett Contracting has you covered. This fall, consider gutter guards to block debris and prevent clogs and save you the hassle of regular maintenance. Schedule a consultation today and let J. Stennett Contracting's expert team and durable gutter guards ensure your gutters are working properly in every season. J. Stennett Contracting. We have you covered. JSCRestoration.com.
You're a man with a plan.
I know.
You'll propose to her on that family trip in front of everyone. Brilliant.
I know.
You know the trip is only a month away.
But I don't have a ring.
Luckily, there's GageDiamonds.com with engagement rings in every style for every budget with certified natural diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, and moissanite.
Can I finance it?
Gage lets you buy the ring today and pay for it over time with our no credit needed financing.
Brilliant.
Yes, we are. GageDiamonds.com. We're engagement's middle name.
Exclusions apply.
Let it fly. Your elevated sports bar experience. KOZN Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. This is 1620, The Zone. Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
All right, NFL reaction, overreaction is coming up at the bottom of the hour. Josh will release his bottom 5 in the NFL. We'll talk to Jacob Bigelow at 1 o'clock. Still plenty coming your way, but we know that you want to talk about quarterbacks, so we will join along with you. By the way, what will be the reaction around here if Nebraska gets a transfer portal quarterback and his name is Sam Leavitt?
I don't think you're gonna enjoy the reaction.
No, I don't think so either. I'm very well prepared for it. By the way, I don't know how far they are along in that process. Obviously, they visited now what seems to be 3. I guess the third, the Baylor guy, is unconfirmed, and maybe there's more that they visited that we don't know about yet. But we know they visited Will Howard, and we know that they visited Sam Leavitt as well, and sounds like Sam Leavitt wants to make a return trip to Lincoln.
No, I'll just go back with you guys. Oh, no. That's okay. No. We'll call you.
Yeah, we'll send the PJ up for you. You could take your own. Actually, we won't. You're gonna have to fly commercial. Leavitt said to Steve Sipple of Husker Online.
Oh, wow.
I just had a good conversation with Marcus Satterfield. A visit to Lincoln is very possible. He says, I've never been to Lincoln, obviously, but it's a big-time program. It's been a big-time program since day one, and I really like the coaching staff there right now. I feel like there's going to be a lot of upside in the near future. I see Nebraska has everything in terms of facilities, coaching staff, strength staff. There's every opportunity to be successful there. It's just everything about it. Sipple writes, a former 4-star quarterback in high school, Leavitt plans to make a few other campus visits. He said, quote, I don't know where for sure yet. The only one I have planned right now is Utah. Leavitt says he has no serious conference presence. I just want the best opportunity to get me to the NFL, he said.
Interesting.
One more. With the offense, fit with the offense. I really think I'd fit well with a lot of the RPO stuff they do and things along those lines. I really feel like I fit the whole offense really well. That is from Sam Leavitt, the Michigan State quarterback who retained his red shirt last year. He played in 4 games or less and has 4 years of eligibility coming out of the transfer portal this year at wherever he may end up. Some might say that he has a very, very similar profile to a guy like Chubb Purdy did when he transferred to Nebraska a couple off seasons ago.
Oh, interesting.
So I would imagine with that information, people will not necessarily take it well. But I have done this. So there's Leavitt, there's Will Howard, there's maybe other guys, who knows. It does feel like we are maybe trending toward something happening within the next week or so.
Whoa.
Somewhere around there. I mean, it happens pretty quick. The spots go fast. and they start gobbling them up. Like it's more about the market than it is about what I know, as far as the timeline that Nebraska wants. Obviously, you want to get it out of the way and kind of move on, but there's a market thing that moves here on the other side of this as well. So I've created a graphic, me, graphic boy, graphic creator.
You love your graphics.
I love graphics. I love creating things. So we thought we'd make it a little easier for the people who are watching with us on the stream. The starting quarterback odds board as of today, 12/5/23, is on your screen now.
There it is.
There it is. Sorry, I thought you were going to click it.
Oh no, I purposely wasn't. So that
you wanted to let me click it.
I assumed you were going to. We didn't talk about it beforehand.
No, we did not. We did not discuss who was going to actually click it. This is via the Connor Happer Sportsbook. This is not official in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I would actually take your guys' responses on how to improve or change the starting quarterback odds board. I currently have unknown transfer. And once again, as we talked about in the crossover, there may come a day, maybe this week, where we have to split that into separate people, where we actually have to say Will Howard, Sam Leavitt, or another guy, and just give each of those categories odds. But I currently have the unknown transfer as the most likely option to be Nebraska's starting quarterback. And remember, so Andy asked on the YouTube, like, why aren't we doing a wheel of transfers? The wheel is still reserved for people who are just transferring in. We are talking about the starter for 2024.
Okay.
This is a different conversation. The wheel can still exist, by the way. If we go late in the week this week and we need to patch something together, it can be done. But the problem is you don't really know what your market is. Anyway, unknown transfer -110. I reached out to a couple people in the media who I speak to on a regular basis, and they were like, yeah, maybe a little bit heavier on the unknown transfer. I actually had the unknown transfer part at plus odds before I started, getting other people's input on it. But they sort of convinced me, all right, yeah, probably.
So you tried to create as realistic odds as possible.
I really did.
This isn't just you pulling some numbers out of your butt. Oh, that'll be funny. That'll be a funny number.
I asked for some input.
Okay, good for you.
I asked for some input. And I want your guys' as well. So let us know if you think we're wrong. Unknown transfer -110. I have Chuba Purdy next at +175. I have Heinrich Harburg at +325, which you could actually convince me that's more like 500, maybe more. Daniel Kalin at +2,500. Jeff Sims at +3,000. And then a different, unnamed, undiscovered freshman that we don't know about yet. And I guess Dylan Raiola would fall into this category. Like, if you're still holding out some sort of hope that in the next 2 weeks, Dylan Raiola flips his commitment and ends up at Nebraska, he would fall into. It's like if you want to take a flyer on Dylon, still, even though he's been committed to Georgia for the last several months, you could do that. He would fall in the +5,000.
Nah, Georgia didn't make the playoff. They had a quarterback transfer out. Like, it's bad times over there in Athens.
Well, it's set up pretty well for him, isn't it?
Come on home, Dylon.
Okay. All right. So, did I miss any people? First of all, did I miss any categories of people or people? Because I don't think I did. When you have the transfer just in one category, then it gets pretty simple after that.
Pretty good catch-all.
Right? So it tells you that the transfer who comes in, and I had to balance out, because if it's Sam Leavitt, if Nebraska takes Sam Leavitt, and only Sam Leavitt out of the transfer portal, then I actually think the odds go a little bit down. I actually think Chuba probably becomes the favorite, the slight favorite at that point in time. If you get Will Howard, then the transfer goes up. You're not bringing in Will Howard to not be the starting quarterback. If you bring them both, Chuba and Will, then we'll have to split them out, and then and then Will Howard's probably your starter. Sam Leavitt and Chuba are, competing for a backup position. So it changes if we kind of mess with that unknown transfer box there real quick. I think, and I think the rest of them sort of speak for themselves. And I don't think Heinrich has much of an opportunity to be Nebraska's starting quarterback next year.
Sad.
I know we liked Heinrich. We fell in love with Heinrich for that lovely, lovely month of October. And then that went away. I don't think Nebraska's going to start Daniel Kalen. I think Jeff Sims won't even be here, but he's on the roster right now, so he's on the board. And then, somebody off the board has slightly worse odds than Jeff Sims to be the starting quarterback for Nebraska next year. Actually, you know what? If I give you these odds, if I give you Jeff Sims plus 3,000, are you interested in taking a flyer on Jeff Sims? Because if he's still here in a week, like if he has not announced that he's leaving within the next couple weeks, that would actually point to he's staying. Now he's got to graduate in the spring. And so maybe
isn't there another portal that opens up?
There's another portal that opens up in May, I think, early May.
Okay.
Right? But if he's the longer he's here, the more you're like, what's going on? Maybe they run it back with him. Maybe they give him another chance.
I mean, oh wow, that would be tough. That would be a tough sell to the fan base.
Yeah.
I would not take it. Joel on the YouTube stream here says, honestly, I think Sims would have better odds.
So you'd take a flyer, Joel.
Sounds like it.
Greg on the other side, Greg in Lincoln says, I think the Dr. Pepper scholarship competition participant should be ahead of Jeff Sims. That guy was throwing it overhand right into the hole. Good job by him. So there it is. Let me know if you have any tweaks, suggestions, and I think and I'll try and update this every day, just based on how I feel or if anything changes.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're going to do this tomorrow and the next day and the next day. This is a thing.
Fully fleshed out bit here.
And I think we'll split. That's why I made a graphic for it.
Okay.
And then I think as time goes on, maybe 24, 48 hours, we'll split that transfer into separate people as we get closer and closer. Walter writes in.
Hi, Walter.
Wait until Jeff Sims throws a pick in the spring game. That'll go over well at Memorial Stadium.
Oh, don't do that.
The entire state would need those doomsday supplies if Jeff Sims runs it back. Saying the longer I'm starting to, I asked a couple people earlier, I guess it was yesterday or late last week, is like, what? Have we heard anything? Should we be hearing anything? What's going on? I don't know. Haven't heard anything. Eric says, can I bet on the starting quarterback for Nebraska next season with FanDuel promo code Happer? No, they're not offering this on FanDuel. We would encourage you to place your other bets at FanDuel.com/Happer, but you can't do that one.
Yeah, not that one. Yet.
Not official.
Until they steal it.
Not official. Just for fun and for fun only.
Funsies for entertainment purposes only. Almost literally.
Other Eric with a K.
Hi, Eric with a K.
Does Nebraska pull in more than one transfer quarterback? Now, maybe that could be a separate odds board in and of itself. How many quarterbacks does Nebraska take in the portal?
I like that.
0, 1, or 2. What would be the favorite? 1, 0, 2. I'm letting you swish it around your mouth a little bit. You could, based on what Rule has said so far, you could convince me, you could make a case that any 3 of those options is the one that's ultimately going to be correct. You could make a case to me that any 3 of those, 0, 1, or 2, is going to be the right answer. Now, if you listen specifically, like really intently, and you take literally what he said, you would actually probably say the most likely option is 0, which I do not think that 0 is the favorite. If I had to guess the favorite for that, it would be 1. And then maybe 2.
My ears tell me 0. My head tells me it's got to be at least 1.
So, and we'll continue to ask this question throughout the week. I just wonder what people want, because I thought about Leavitt and I talked to you guys yesterday about Leavitt. Like, I think that would be fine. I think you put him into a room and you're competing for a job. Right. But people, like, they're going to get, if they get him and he's the only guy, people are going to have a fit. It's not going to be pretty. So I was thinking about that. And then I wanted to ask you guys the question just back in your face, just throw it right back at you. Like, what do you want? What do you want? And you can't just say not that guy.
Isn't there someone who is somewhere in between Sam Leavitt and Dylan Gabriel?
What is, so maybe this is an easier way to ask it. Like, what is your most desired quality? What is the thing that you want the most? And then maybe you could attach that to an actual real life person.
I don't even know if it's a thing, but like just a slight upgrade than the guys that were trotted out this year.
I just think when you talk about
a little bit of dependability,
like outcome and results and all that stuff, like we are looking directly at stats. When we look at stats, they can be very, very, very misleading for a quarterback. I've told you guys this before, and I believe this wholeheartedly. Most of the quarterback stats is a reflection of what the operation's like on the offensive side of the ball. And who knows with all these guys? Who knows? So he's not coming in with, if it's him, he's not coming in with groundbreaking stats. But that doesn't mean he is bad. That doesn't mean he isn't ready to be the guy. We've seen freshmen start across college football all the time.
I like going after that guy, though. Guy that feels like he has been the guy that feels like he sat last year and didn't need to sit. Got a little bit of chip on his shoulder, wants to go out there, play, and prove something. I like that. I just don't know if that guy is Sam Leavitt.
Emailer Bob writes in, you forgot one bet. Plus 3,500, no quarterback. We're running Wildcat the whole season.
Ooh.
I guess I could put like plus 10,000 Baylor Shireman also. We could do that. Who knows? All right. We'll come back. If you guys have any thoughts, let us know. 402-951-1620. We will come back with NFL Reaction Overreaction next on 1620 The Zone.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone.
Start your engines.
Joe's Indoor Karting in Council Bluffs is off the charts crazy. Joe's Karting is fast-paced, adrenaline-pumping, wheel-to-wheel racing action at over 40 miles per hour. The only speed restriction on these karts is how good you are. Joe's Karting is located just a couple of blocks north of Bass Pro Shop and directly east of AMC Theater in Council Bluffs, Iowa. Go watch a movie. Come race at Joe's. Planning a bachelor party, graduation party, or just a night out with friends? Go to Joe's. Remember, Joe's Karting is your place to race.
The Zone Hotline is powered by 42 Degrees. The Source, by your mom's house.
Need a feast to feed the family? Godfather's Pizza has you covered. Build your own feast. Choose a medium specialty pizza, a medium one-topping pizza, and a side, like my new bacon ranch cheese sticks. Freshly baked, loaded with mozzarella cheese, tangy ranch, and topped with an abundance of bacon. Do yourself a favor and build your feast today. Godfather's Pizza. Do it.
Looking for a unique gift for your friends and family? Any size gift card will fit every homeowner or gardener on your list. We're your one-stop shop and homegrown headquarters. Rooted in quality, unmatched value. Lanahaw Nurseries, 192nd and Center.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
At Dingman's, we are working for you before you even walk through our doors. Our level of commitment to industry involvement and continuing education is second to none. Through our ongoing involvement, we stay current with all the best repair procedures for the ever-changing vehicle. This includes working with auto and paint manufacturers, as well as insurance companies. Our repair facilities are set up with the latest repair and technology. Our ongoing work is to ensure that when you do need us, we are able to provide you with the safest, best repair possible. Because at Dingman's, we would rather be the best than apologize for anything less. Dingmans.com.
Hi, this is Doug Nodgard with Equitable Bank. Great service never goes out of style. When the digital age dawned, many said computers would be able to handle many of the interactions that used to take a person. Boy, were they wrong. How many times have you called your bank and gotten a recording to press 1 or 2? Not at Equitable. Not only does Equitable answer your call in the first ring, it's answered by a human being. That's because Equitable Bank values its customers. Equitable Bank, we take banking personally. Member FDIC.
The Woodcliff Restaurant in Fremont is just a quick sleigh ride from Omaha at Woodcliff Lake. Get a head start on all your stocking stuffers with gift cards from the Woodcliff Restaurant. Winters at the Woodcliff Restaurant are warm and inviting, like a Santa's workshop, but more fun. Stop fighting traffic, parking, and one-way streets. Slow down and enjoy a fantastic dinner at the lake with family and friends this holiday season. The Woodcliff Restaurant is Santa approved. Check them out at thewoodcliffrestaurant.com or on Facebook for specials and events.
All right, welcome back. More of the Connor Happer Show. You're on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. A quick reminder before NFL Reaction Overreaction. This week's Zone Deal is to Le Voltaire, locally owned French restaurant serving the Omaha community for 22 years. Unpretentious down-home cooking, serving French classics, handcrafted cocktails, and more. This week's Zone Deal, 2 $25 vouchers, which is a $50 value for just $25. Get there fast to our website, 1620thezone.com, on Friday at 9. Josh.
Connor.
We have consulted with our writers. Mm-hmm. They've given us some options of things to talk about this week on NFL Reaction Overreaction. Let's see what they've come up with.
We begin. Take number 1. The 49ers are done playing, are the best team in the NFL by far, and will not lose again.
Okay, wow.
That was
like a double and triple down, writers. Are we sure about that? I guess that's the point of the game. So to answer the first question, the 49ers are done playing. They're like done playing. Like they ain't messing around.
Okay.
They are the best team in the NFL. Yes. Will they lose a game again? I can't tell you that for certain. There's still 6 regular season games left. 5 regular season games left.
They play the Ravens on Christmas. That's interesting.
Fun.
It's at home for the Niners.
But I do think you have to call this team the Super Bowl favorite.
I knew there was a Niners question coming, so I tried really hard not to be prisoner of the moment.
Yeah. But I mean,
what a statement!
What they did to that team, and Philly was coming off of a kind of grueling stretch, and I get it. But yeah, that was obliteration.
You look at their schedule on like ESPN.com, where it puts the wins in green and the losses in red.
Yeah,
boy, there's really there's one little hole there.
There's just really that
when Brock Purdy wasn't entirely healthy.
Yeah, it was just that kind of October, basically.
Yeah.
That middle part where it's like, I'm not really sure about these guys. Oh, what was that loss to the Browns? Remember, everyone thought they were gonna go undefeated, and then they lost to the Browns immediately. And they lost to the Vikings, and they lost to the Bengals.
Yeah.
You're like, what's going on?
Doesn't feel right.
They have recovered nicely. This is the best team in the NFL. I feel like I could answer that pretty confidently at this point. Is it are they the Super Bowl favorite? Yes. Actually, let me check from our friends from the FanDuel Sportsbook.
Good question.
They're my Super Bowl favorite. They're the most likely team to win the Super Bowl.
According to you?
According to me.
Okay.
They are the betting favorite on FanDuel.com. Plus 320 to win the Super Bowl. Right in front of the Eagles and the Chiefs. So I guess this is an appropriate reaction. I could if you had that reaction today, and if you wanted to stand on the table and be like, this is the best team. We should have known all along. They're going to win the Super Bowl. They're going to wreck everybody on their way there. Like, I wouldn't argue with you that much. They're really good.
I mean, the Eagles are the only thing getting in their way before the Super Bowl. And then
definitely.
And just keep Brock Purdy upright for the last 6 weeks of the season or whatever.
Yep.
Take number 2, the Dolphins will get the top seed in the AFC.
If you look at the AFC playoff standings right now and the way the seeding would go, the Miami Dolphins would have a first-round bye in the AFC playoffs.
But there's only one first-round bye, Connor.
That is correct, and that means they are the best team. They are the number 1 team in the AFC. We always knew this was going to happen, Josh. We always knew this was going to happen because after they lost to the Chiefs and everyone was like, whoa, it wasn't that bad, but they were clearly not on the same level as them. And then they played the Raiders, the Jets, and the Commanders in I think it was like a 4-week stretch, right? They had a bye in there. And they play the Titans and the Jets for the next 2 weeks. And we're going to hop right back on the Dolphins train. They may get the 1 seed. But I still do not trust them.
Right. I think it's entirely possible that they can get the 1 seed.
Their last 3 weeks are pretty tricky. Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills.
Now, those are teams that are like, I feel the exact, not the Ravens, but I feel the same about the Cowboys and the Bills.
Yeah, the Cowboys Christmas Eve game for sure is like, okay.
Take the over on that one.
We'll see what happens in that game. And the Bills will probably be fighting for their playoff lives in week 18. So you have that. They could very easily get the 1 seed, but that does not mean that I trust them in any way, shape, or form.
No, I really don't.
In the playoffs. I'm still there with the Miami Dolphins.
They've couple opportunities at the end to show me something.
I want to go back to we'll go back to the Dolphins later on because I was thinking of a potential question. I was just thinking of a potential Super Bowl matchup, and I came up with the Dolphins and a fun one from the other side.
Oh, okay.
But we'll do that later.
Okay. Take 3. The Packers are a playoff team and a dangerous one.
Okay, so we got to give credit to Jordan Love here, don't we?
Coming along.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
He looks good.
It hasn't, like, last 3 games, what is he, 8 touchdowns, no interceptions, 9 touchdowns, no interceptions?
Yeah, I mean, he looks really good.
Like that.
He looks legitimately good. They did that they beat the Chiefs without, what's his name, running back? The AJ.
AJ Dillon?
No. They had AJ Dillon.
Oh.
Aaron Jones. AJ, that's why I said that. Aaron Jones. They played the Bucks, Giants, Panthers, Vikings, Bears to finish off the regular season.
Boy, that doesn't seem very hard at all.
It certainly isn't. Now they're 6-6 right now, and there's kind of like a log jam in there. But I think I'd take them over. I mean, I think I'd take them over Minnesota.
I feel like that Vikings Packers game is a play-in game.
Yeah, and then you have
and
the Rams.
Game.
The Rams and the Seahawks are also 6-6. There's sort of like there's going to be 2 spots for like 4 teams there. But I would feel comfortable taking the Packers as one of those teams the way they're playing right now. Yeah, I think the Packers are a playoff team and a dangerous playoff team, depending on how it falls, because there's not that much. You know, if you go Philly, San Fran at the top of the NFC, and then kind of everybody else, I mean, they could beat just about anybody in that category. But Detroit is interesting. Obviously, whoever gets that 5 seed is going to be sitting pretty because they're going to play the Falcons in the first round. And
people forget the Packers beat the Lions in Detroit on Thanksgiving.
They did. That wasn't that long ago, Josh. So yeah, I didn't think I'd get there with them because I just have a natural disposition to dislike the Packers, I think. But they're pretty good. They look really good the other night. And I do not want to talk about the Chiefs. We're not talking about the Chiefs this week.
That
no
is
Chiefs talk.
Disrespect adjacent.
No.
It's adjacent.
No, it's actually respectful by not talking about them, because if we talked about them, it would be blatant disrespect.
Oh, okay. Thoughts to Mitch Holthus during this difficult time?
He has COVID.
Take number 4. The Bengals are still alive.
Did you hear Zach Taylor's speech in the locker room last night? We're still alive, he said.
Oh.
He said, we're still alive.
Interesting take.
They won in overtime last night to get to 6-6 against one of the AFC's best. Obviously, the end of the game without their quarterback. But the Bengals didn't have their quarterback the entire game, and Jake Browning was hucking it.
Yeah.
That guy was on fire. Jamar Chase was catching everything, even in his general area. But with that being said, no, the Bengals are not still alive. They are dead.
Yeah.
Jake Browning is not taking them to the playoffs. There's too big of a log jam in the AFC. Houston and Indy are a game ahead of them. Cleveland's a game ahead of them. Pittsburgh's a game ahead of them. Their entire division is ahead of them right now.
5 games left, all against playoff teams or teams in the hunt.
Because they play a playoff schedule. It's not like I trust Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Like, I hate those two. Whoever gets the wild cards in really both leagues, I'm like, yeah, I don't know about any of those guys. But no, I just think Cincinnati is starting at too much of a disadvantage if you're gearing it toward the playoffs right now. Buffalo's in a better position than Cincinnati.
Bengals have a big game at Burrowhead on New Year's Eve.
Yep. You going to win that? I don't know. Maybe they have some sort of hex over the Kansas City Chiefs.
Next take. The Falcons have separated themselves from the NFC South, a garbage division.
So you, in your right mind, you would never be able to say that any one of those 3 teams, the Bucs, the Saints, and the Falcons, are like that much better than the other.
They have a 1-game lead over the Bucs and Saints right now.
But I do trust the Falcons the most. We even talked about the NFC South the entire year, and that's for good reason.
They have 1 game left against the Bucs and the Saints.
I mean, we knew this exact thing was going to happen. We knew it was going to come down to the last 3 weeks of the season, and they'll all be scratching and clawing to get to 500. That's exactly the way it's headed. I think after all the teams have played 12 games, I'm most comfortable with Atlanta right now. I am most comfortable with Atlanta. I
think that's where I'm at.
That makes the question an overreaction because I don't think they've separated themselves. It's certainly a garbage division, as was noted by the writers. But I'm most comfortable with the Falcons at the moment.
Derek Carr still in the protocol. He's just had a very unlucky year.
The Saints were getting destroyed by the Lions, and then it was like, oh, the Lions are doing their thing. They're falling asleep at the wheel again.
That's what they do. That's why you can't trust them. Last take, just for fun.
Yeah, let's have this for fun.
What would happen in a Lions-Dolphins game?
Go ahead. Answer me that question.
I would be entertained.
What would happen in a Lions-Dolphins game?
I would be very entertained.
You can't and here's the explanation for why I'm asking the question. Neither team is to be trusted. They both have incredibly explosive offenses. They both have sometimes good defenses, but usually asleep at the wheel on defense. Miami has probably better players on defense than Detroit does, but it still ends up the same.
That's the edge for me. They're the Lions, but they have slightly better players at a lot of different positions.
2.5 quarters of every single game, I'm like, are the Detroit Lions the best team in the NFL? What's going on here? And then for the other quarter and a half of that very same game, I'm like, maybe the Lions shouldn't make the playoffs. Maybe this shouldn't happen.
It's an experience for sure.
Right. So I think watching you make it great. That's exactly what it is. Watching both teams is just an experience. And so if we get a true sicko Super Bowl, I'm super into Lions Dolphins.
Oh, super into the betting a Lions Dolphins Super Bowl. Over. Hammer it.
Yeah, it'd be so much fun. It would be a really fun Super Bowl and nobody would have any idea what would happen.
Tyreek Hill, this Tyreek Hill guy.
He's good.
Is he gonna break that receiving record?
It seems like it. People are calling for him to be the MVP at the moment.
Yeah.
Which it's not going to happen, by the way. He's not going to win.
He's not going to win. What is he? 500 yards behind?
Well, I mean, he just can't. He doesn't play quarterback. We would have to forget everything we would know about voting for MVP.
He would also have to break the touchdowns record too.
The current favorite for AP NFL regular season MVP is
Brock Purdy, isn't it?
Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott are tied. Jeez.
I like the value on Tua. I was talking about this morning.
I like the value on like anybody else that's not Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I mean, what am I supposed to bet on Brock Purdy or Dak Prescott to win the MVP?
No, you're supposed
Like,
to bet the field. Like maybe this is a good spot to just bet Tyreek Hill. Maybe in the absence of anybody who's good / alive.
I'd call Christian McCaffrey the Niners MVP before I would Brock Purdy.
Yep. Let's see. Comeback player of the year.
Ooh.
DeMar Hamlin, -400. He's played in like 3 games.
But he has played.
Totally normal.
After dying.
That's true. That's true. He did come back from death. It's true. Let's squeeze a quick one in before we get to Josh's top 5. I want to come back and talk about a couple other things before we get to Josh's bottom 5 teams in the NFL. Next on 1620 The Zone.
Previously on Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
Have dynamic divisions. You can literally do that by saying, all right, well, we're going to match up the teams that we have scheduled against each other, and they're in one division, and the other group is in the other side. Hell, you could change them every year if you wanted to, but at least you have structure of this team's going to have the best record on this side, and your tiebreakers are going to work.
Unsportsmanlike Conduct with John Bishop and Josh Peterson. Weekdays 2 to 6 on 1620 The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Mostly sunny skies throughout your Tuesday afternoon, hitting a high temperature in the low 40s. Partly cloudy overnight. Tomorrow morning, a temperature in the mid-20s. Mostly sunny skies throughout tomorrow with a strong south breeze, hitting a high temperature in the mid-50s. I'm meteorologist Luke Vickery, KETV Newswatch 7.
More with Connor and Josh after this.
We're going to have an extensive professional relationship, my man.
On 1620, The Zone.
Make the right call, fans. The Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard.
Rooferees. Host is roasting every morning. Host is roasting every day.
Since 1972, family-owned and locally roasted Host Coffee Service has been roasting the finest coffee for businesses and restaurants. If you're ready to change to a better coffee provider, it's time for Host Coffee.
Omaha's best coffee since 1972. Host Coffee is always roasting something good for you.
Shop Woodhouse Mazda during the Season of Inspiration event. No payments for 90 days on all new 2023 and 24 Mazdas when financed through Mazda Financial Services. It's the best time to get into a Mazda CUV like the 2024 Mazda CX-5. Combined with a standard iActive all-wheel drive and available turbo engine, this CUV provides an elevated driving experience. The Mazda CX-5 also has 8 trims to choose from. Choose one that suits your lifestyle. Visit Woodhouse Mazda today. A drive worth experiencing.
This year, Staples wants everyone to have a happy Holla deal. That's right, Holla Deal. Staples Holla Deals are amazing savings on hot holiday tech. Great prices on laptops, game systems, earbuds, and more. And now at Staples, you can save up to $350 on select PCs. During Staples Holla Deals, it's not about the fa-la-la. It's about saving moo-la-la. Save up to $350 on select PCs today at Staples. Ends 12/23. In-store only. See associate for details.
This holiday season, give the gift of fun. Give the gift of education at Omaha Children's Museum. Black Friday through New Year's Eve, save $25 when you give the gift of membership at Omaha Children's Museum. Visit ocm.org for more information.
Don't miss this week's Zone Deal.
This week's half-off deal is $50 worth of vouchers to Le Voltaire French Restaurant for only $25. Le Voltaire Pepperwood Village is a locally owned, unpretentious French restaurant serving down-home cooking with an extensive wine list and great handcrafted cocktails for decades. Whether dining with friends, clients, or that special someone, Le Voltaire will make you feel right at home.
Zone Deals go fast. 9 a.m. Friday, 1620thezone.com.
The Woodcliff Restaurant in Fremont is just a quick sleigh ride from Omaha at Woodcliff Lake. Get a head start on all your stocking stuffers with gift cards from the Woodcliff Restaurant. Winters at the Woodcliff Restaurant are warm and inviting, like a Santa's workshop, but more fun. Stop fighting traffic, parking, and one-way streets. Slow down and enjoy a fantastic dinner at the lake with family and friends this holiday season. The Woodcliff Restaurant is Santa approved. Check them out at thewoodcliffrestaurant.com or on Facebook for specials and events.
During the break, I found out that Dua Lipa's name is really Dua Lipa.
Poll question: did you know Dua Lipa was her real name?
Did you know that Dua Lipa, her real name is Dua Lipa? I was furiously searching the internet. What is her real name? It's just Dua Lipa.
It's not a stage name.
It's a great name. That's an
Yeah.
incredible name. Many people are excited about Dua Lipa these days.
Very.
That poll question is up at Happer Show. Josh, we'll get to your bottom 5 NFL teams here momentarily.
New number 1.
A quick update from our friends over in Iowa. I don't know if we've brought you this story yet. About the locale in Cedar Rapids called X Golf that was offering free beer to people who rented a bay. It's basically Top Golf.
Sure.
Rented a bay during the Iowa game until Iowa scored a point in the Big Ten championship game.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up giving out not as much beer as you would think. Obviously, this has gained them much more in like social media fame than actually they had to give away in beer, which is awesome. And for Iowa's bowl game against Tennessee in the Citrus Bowl, they're running it back. They're going to do the exact same thing. Free pours until Iowa scores.
Oh, it rhymes. It's clever.
The registration is now open for X Golf Cedar Rapids. What a deal.
You got to cram like 8 guys into that bay to make it worth it.
I mean, like, not really. If I had a bay at X Golf and I was getting free beer the entire time, and that's automatically worth it. Like I was probably going to be at X Golf in the first place.
I mean, I think I read that the bay is like $40, maybe even $40 an hour.
Sure. I could drink $40 a beer an hour.
Well, in this economy, yeah.
And especially if I had 5 friends, or if I had 2 friends, I could drink $40 a beer an hour. Yes,
Definitely.
in this economy,
Definitely.
I could drink if I was at like a Major League Baseball game, I could drink $40 a beer an hour.
Well, that's different. That's 2 beers.
It's like $16. So what are we talking about? Like $8 or something like that a beer?
$8 a pop.
No, I probably couldn't drink $100 worth of beer an hour, but a couple of my friends could.
4 beers plus tip, 5 beers.
Yeah, and then I'm happy to tip people.
Well, yeah, the more beer you get in you,
Exactly.
I don't know about you guys. I tip more when I drink.
Well, and like, you go to an open bar at a wedding or something like that, you're just more likely to say, all right, well, I wasn't spending this money on the beer that I was drinking the entire time. I'll just give it all to you.
Hi, Rodney. Thanks. Look at me. Remember this face? You see this? Look at this face. $20 right in your cup.
Yeah,
there.
Josh, what's the largest denomination of money you've ever put in the tip jar?
20 at an open bar. That exact scenario. Like, hey,
same.
Look at my face. This is $20. Goes to you.
Yeah.
Remember me tonight.
Maybe it was one time where I just like I had a couple hundos on me, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna throw this in here. I'm gonna be drinking it all night. It's worth it.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe it happened once, or maybe I thought I was cool because it was a 20. I'm not sure.
I was drunk. Was it a 20 or 100? I don't know.
Unclear. One more thing before we take a break. Xavier Watts is the best defensive player in college football.
The whole college
football? The whole college football. He won the Bronco Nagurski Award last night. Omaha's own Xavier Watts from Omaha Burke. He's, by the way, going to be talking with local Omaha media today, so you'll see some impending stories on that on your local news and websites.
Interesting.
Today, tonight and tomorrow. But my question is, what does this mean for Josh's Burke Hall of Fame chances?
Now,
you have competition.
Well, yes, but I believe this can help me.
Okay.
In a lot of ways.
How?
They will want to induct him into the Hall of Fame quickly, somewhat. Once he gets to the NFL, makes a couple paychecks. Hey, remember where you got your start here at Omaha Burke High School? Now, for this ceremony, they'll need an MC or someone to induct him. I imagine maybe a coach will induct him. But
maybe a public figure.
Maybe a public figure with some
Burke ties,
entertaining experience, will work for cheap. I MC the event that evening, and then they got me in the room. And that's when I start rubbing elbows with, hey, I went here. Hey, I like to help out the youth.
So you're going to use Xavier Watts' success as a bridge to get yourself into the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. And every single one of you would do the same thing.
This is obviously a very exclusive club.
Mm-hmm. The likes of Rod Cush and
so
others.
I mean, you would just others.
Mike Hill, Academy Award-winning editor for Ron Howard.
You would think that if there's another person going in, they might take some more time to put another person in after that.
Oh, sure. Like maybe
there's competition out there.
Maybe
there's Burke alums doing great things all across the globe.
Oh yeah, and you got a headliner like Watts going in there. Maybe you want some. Well, this is going to be a very sportsy event. Maybe we want to put that guy who works at that sports station in the hall the same day. I don't have to be the headliner. Like, don't misconstrue. I just want in. I just want my photo in the cafeteria.
Okay.
Lowering over the children. And I didn't like the way that sounded.
I didn't either. Josh has his bottom 5 next. You better make it a good one because we got their attention. They're listening now.
Everybody's listening. Okay, fine.
Josh's bottom 5 NFL teams coming up on 1620 The Zone.
For the Jays, the Huskers, and even you Jayskers, we are 1620 The Zone.
Here's a little Christmas tip. Never ask Santa for adult beverages. Seriously, can you imagine the legal implications of carrying quality, locally brewed Nebraska beer or cider while flying a sleigh? So if you want your family and friends to gift you some Nebraska brewed awesomeness, ask and ye shall receive. Your local Nebraska Brewers Guild wants you to know that local brewers are currently working on special seasonal brews to make your holiday get-togethers merry and bright. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Nebraska Craft Brewers Guild.
Creighton Sports Update.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, it's basketball season here at Creighton. So get your tickets and come out and support your Blue Jays. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com, gocreighton.com/tickets, or visit the ticket office located at Ryan Athletic Center. And that's your Creighton Sports Update.
1620 The Zone proudly supports Creighton Athletics.
Betting on your favorite sporting events just got a whole lot easier. Warhorse Sportsbook is now open in Omaha. Save yourself the drive across the river and put your money where your mouth is at Horseman's Park, 6303 Q Street. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Santa says early bird gift cards are perfect for holiday gift giving. Get to Early Bird Brunch in the Blackstone District, Shadow Lake Town Center, or Regency Landing to buy your gift cards. Get $10 free with a $50 gift card purchase. Early Bird, not your everyday brunch every day. Early Bird offers a variety of pancakes, benedicts, omelets, and a full breakfast cocktail menu. For more menu info, check out earlybirdbrunch.com. Early Bird Brunch, where the early bird gets the pancake and the holiday gift card.
Hi, this is Doug Nodgard with Equitable Bank. Great service never goes out of style. When the digital age dawned, many said computers would be able to handle many of the interactions that used to take a person. Boy, were they wrong. How many times have you called your bank and gotten a recording to press 1 or 2? Not at Equitable. Not only does Equitable answer your call in the first ring, it's answered by a human being. That's because Equitable Bank values its customers. Equitable Bank, we take banking personally. Member FDIC.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Risa, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults.
Nothing is everything.
Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
When it comes to protecting your home, J. Stennett Contracting takes pride in ensuring every detail is handled. Roofing, siding, gutters. When it comes to the exterior of your home, J. Stennett Contracting has you covered. This fall, consider gutter guards to block debris and prevent clogs and save you the hassle of regular maintenance. Schedule a consultation today and let J. Stennett Contracting's expert team and durable gutter guards ensure your gutters are working properly in every season. J. Stennett Contracting. We have you covered. JSCRestoration.com.
Sloppy Josh.
That's me, Hall of Famer. Sloppy Hall of Famer, Josh Johnson.
It's all right. We got into it. It's Josh's bottom 5 teams in the NFL. Speaking of your Hall of Fame candidacy, John writes in on the Equitable Bank inbox, Josh will surely be elected to the Burke Hall of Fame after he is appointed as the new college football czar.
They'd almost have to at that point, right?
Put that on the resume. All right, Josh, 5 crappy teams. There's a lot more than that.
There are.
But we're only talking about the worst of the worst.
Normally, like, these 5 just kind of slot themselves, but this year there's
a lot of competition.
Particularly crappy bunch of teams. We begin with number 5.
God, come on. Take forever.
Number 5.
Couple of firsts here. It is the first time this team has been on this list. It is also the first official NFL quit watch.
Oh, it's got to be the Washington Football Commanders.
That's right.
Yeah.
This guy gets it.
Yeah, this is a team that I really liked at the beginning of the year. They were on my hey, check the over on this team. I had them over 6.5 wins, which is still very doable. Well, they had 4 with 5 left.
But they have lost 6 of 7.
They have 4 with 4 left. So you need 3 out of 4?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
They just lost by 30.
And they play the 49ers.
Yeah.
They play the 49ers.
Just lost by 30 to the Dolphins on Sunday. They are last in the league in points against.
Their entire team has been traded. What was Terry McLaurin's quote after he didn't get the ball at all?
I don't know, but every week they put a microphone in front of a commander's face after a game.
Yeah.
And they say things that no other player in NFL history has ever said.
Terry
about their
McLaurin,
team.
Terry McLaurin, after having 0 catches in the loss, quote, I ran a lot of cardio.
Okay.
Which I thought was good. And then what was it? Montez Sweat, who was like, oh yeah, I'm 10,000% thinking about leaving.
Yeah,
So
everyone's thinking about leaving. Everyone's talking trash about the organization.
Yeah, not good.
Rivera's going to get fired. Bieniemy's going to go, what the hell did I leave Kansas City for?
Yeah, I thought this would go a little bit better this year for them. Sad.
Yeah. But so welcome to the 5, Washington.
Number 4.
Number 4, a team that wasn't on last week. They won a game this week and have fallen all the way to number 4 after a win. That would be the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, good one. Good inclusion.
Who are still gainfully employing Brandon Staley.
Yes.
They scored 6 points on Sunday. They ran the ball for 29 yards. They had 10 real possessions in the game. 2 of them were field goals. 8 of them were punts.
Yeah,
including all 4 second half possessions.
You obviously don't want to be on the bad side of a 6-0 loss. You don't want to be on the good side of a 6-0 win either. You just don't want to be in a 6-0 game.
I understand the weather. There was weather. I don't care.
You don't want to be in the 6-0 football game.
You have that quarterback.
Every year there is a weird score that is like 5-2 or it's tied 9-9 or something like that. And I think this is that one this year, 6-0. Chargers against the Patriots. You don't want to be the team involved in that game. You just don't.
Yeah, don't be a part of that.
Nope.
Be better than that. Also, you're wasting Justin Herbert.
Maybe. He might.
Maybe he's bad.
Yeah, he might not actually be that good.
Maybe he doesn't have a cannon. I don't know anymore.
He does have a cannon.
But maybe that's all he has.
He's got a cannon. But no, he's definitely not being put in the right positions. That's for sure.
3. Combination of 3 and 5.
Number 3.
They were on the wrong side of a 13-8 game against the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
The New York Football Jets.
Yeah, they suck.
Tim Boyle didn't get it done, so they brought in Trevor Siemian, who also didn't get it done. And now the team has once again said, what the hell do we do? Let's try Zach Wilson again. And Zach Wilson has said, no, thank you.
Oh, many people are angry that that's being taken out of context.
Aaron Rodgers went on Pat McAfee today and said, that makes it sound like Zach Wilson's quitting on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah. That's exactly
does.
what it's supposed to sound like, sir.
Also,
that's what we're saying.
Interesting that he could say that on one side and then the other side come back and say, oh, yeah, I could probably play, but only if we're good enough to maybe make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Interesting. Very interesting that one man would have such inconsistent takes and lie on television for money.
They have lost 5 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
They will lose to the Texans this week. They will lose to the Dolphins in 2 weeks.
Also, if you're an organization, neither of those 3 guys is going to get it done. Just live with one who sucks and
also
get out of this year.
It's not just the Jets here, but like teams continue to employ Tim Boyle. Find a new slant.
Must be a great locker room guy.
Find a new backup quarterback.
His wife makes great lemon bars.
He must be able to like process information at an unbelievable rate. But then when you put him out there, he can't make any throws. He's never been able to make any throws. He was a horrible college quarterback at UMass.
He knows film so well.
He
can break it down like nobody else.
I don't get it.
Huh. Oh wow, he's only played for 4 teams. I would have guessed like 12.
Yeah, Jets are guilty here.
Huh. All right, number 2.
Here comes 2.
Number 2.
All right, you know there's a new number 1, so you know this is Carolina.
Yeah.
1-11, ending their reign of 2 straight weeks at number 1. The first team to be eliminated from the playoffs, which is odd because before Sunday morning, they could have won out, had a few other things happen, and hosted a playoff game.
That is true.
Played the Bucs tough down there in Florida, 21-18 loss, but it is their 5th loss in a row.
Yeah. Oh, they score about 12 points a game or something like that. I mean, it's bad.
I think it's a little higher than that, but not by much.
Every week I look and it's like, oh, the Panthers scored 10 again. It's just like that every week. That's better than being the Patriots or the Jets and they score 0 every week basically.
You look at Bryce Young's line and you're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
11 of 24, 150 yards, no touchdowns and a pick. Like,
I like them not being number 1 in this list, but they are the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah.
They are like when we look back on this season, we will say that was the worst team.
Mm-hmm. That's the team every week you go, I think I'll fade them.
Yep.
And this team, of course, the new number 1, bottom 5. Their first week, I looked it up, first week at number 1 this year.
Make it so, number 1.
Number 1.
It's been a long road to get here, but we're finally here.
Slowly but surely, they have sunk down to this spot. It's the New England Patriots at 2-10. Connor.
Yeah.
The New England Patriots, they just played a game on Sunday, but they finished a no-win November, many are calling it.
No shave November?
No-win November.
Nice.
Over the last 3 games, I don't know why they're calling it a no-win November when one of the games took place on a day in December, but whatever. They've only allowed 26 points in their last 3 games.
Yep.
They have lost every single one of them.
They've scored 13 over that time.
That is correct. 5th loss in a row. They average 12.3 points per game. That is dead last in the NFL. And now, are you going to make the effort to tune into Amazon Prime on Thursday and watch Ezekiel Elliott and the New England Patriots.
I mean, actually, yes. I mean, who am I kidding? But like,
else on.
I'll probably watch. But it's not because of the Patriots. It's not because of the Steelers.
Because you do what you do, and you need we need to laugh at that on Friday.
It's like football's on.
Yeah.
Like football's on. I guess I'll watch it. Unless there's like a really good college basketball game on Thursday, which probably not. But yeah, no. I mean, the Patriots are. I was a year early on them. I thought they would be this horrible last year. Because I just have never been a Mac Jones guy, and I will never forgive the people who made me back off my opinion just ever so slightly in the Mac Jones draft. That Mac Jones will never be a good NFL quarterback. I will never forgive them. I won't name them, but I will never forgive them for that. Yeah, it was Mac Jones. I mean, come on, look at him. Look at what he did. He's pretty good. No, I can see with my eyes. I trust my eyes. He stinks.
Trust your gut, Connor.
Should have doubled down. That's what the great ones do.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm not one of the great ones, but I was a year early on the Patriots being this bad, and they are certainly this bad now. Whew. Bad football team. Bad.
Very bad.
Well deserving as your number one worst team in the NFL.
They earned it.
Josh, thank you.
Thank you, Connor.
That is the bottom five. Can't wait to see the Patriots and the Panthers just poke each other for that number one spot for the remainder of the regular season. We'll come back with Jacob Bigelow. There is some sickos basketball news all over the place. Also, we'll talk about the Nebraska basketball side of what happened on Sunday and what's next for them. A huge game for the Skurs in the barn tomorrow. Talk with Jacob next on 1620 The Zone.
Live from the Host Coffee Studio, this is 1620 The Zone.
Hi, everybody. Kent Pavelka here with why I chose Everlevel Concrete Repair for my driveway. They do it all. They fix cracks, lift sunken slabs, protect the finished product from deterioration, and all at a fraction of the price of replacement. It's not a Band-Aid like other repair methods. Everlevel's products are designed to last, which is why they've been voted Best of Omaha again this year. Better yet, it all comes with a transferable warranty. Protect your concrete before winter. Call Everlevel today for your free inspection. Everlevel. They make your driveway Everlevel. Level up.
Need a feast to feed the family? Godfather's Pizza has you covered. Build your own feast. Choose a medium specialty pizza, a medium one-topping pizza, and a side, like my new bacon ranch cheese sticks. Freshly baked, loaded with mozzarella cheese, tangy ranch, and topped with an abundance of bacon. Do yourself a favor and build your feast today. Godfather's Pizza. Do it.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
The brand new Dollar General Distribution Center in Blair is now hiring. Starting wage is up to $22 per hour with benefits including medical, dental, vision, 401k, and a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Apply today by texting DG Warehouse to 25000 or online at dollargeneral.com/careers. Again, apply today by texting DG Warehouse to 25000 or online at dollargeneral.com/careers. Dollar General can't wait to have you become a team member at their brand new distribution center.
Tailgate parties call for burgers, brats, dogs, and whatever else you could slap on a bun. But those burgers, brats, dogs, and whatever else deserve the best buns. And the best buns come from Rotella's Italian Bakery. Crazy fresh, crazy delicious. So for your next party, pick some up at the bakery off 108th and Harrison or at your favorite grocery store. Fire up your grill and get ready for kickoff. Rotella's Italian Bakery, more than 100 years of tradition. Hey, can I get a burger with some cheese, lettuce, and tomato? Thanks.
Looking for a unique gift for your friends and family? Any size gift card will fit every homeowner or gardener on your list. We're your one-stop shop and homegrown headquarters. Rooted in quality, unmatched value. Lenaha Nurseries, 192nd and Center.
Happy holidays from your friends at DJ's Dugout. Nick Hanley here. DJ's is truly an Omaha tradition to gather with family and friends during the holidays to watch sports, enjoy delicious food, and have a great time. And a DJ's gift card is a great holiday gift idea, too. Thank you for voting DJ's your #1 sports bar again this year in the Best of Omaha Awards. DJ's Dugout is locally and Vietnam veteran-owned. Dig in at the Dugout.
Omaha Maverick women's basketball travels to Western Illinois University tonight at 7 p.m. Hear all of the Omaha women's basketball action against Western Illinois University tonight at 7 on 1290 Coil.
Let it fly. Your elevated sports bar experience. KOZN Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. This is 1620, The Zone.
All right, we're joined at the 42 Degrees of Source hotline by our resident college basketball sicko and cover of Nebraska basketball, Jacob Bigelow, the Stretch Big Pod, also Huskers Illustrated. Jacob, hello.
Hello, Hap. How are we?
Very good. Have you taken more time to digest Sunday afternoon yet?
I have. I did not think I was going to rewatch that game.
Oh,
but
no.
I did so yesterday just to get the TV perspective. But, yeah, I took yesterday to kind of try and process and did the rewatch. And
that Doug McDermott's a good coach, right?
Yeah, Doug McDermott, known good coach, Doug McDermott. But yeah, definitely have fully processed what we saw take place on Sunday.
So what? I guess when did, in your opinion on the watch back, when did it start slipping, or what happened that made it start slipping for Nebraska?
I mean, I don't really know what changed, but I mean I mean, as bad as it sounds, when Baylor Baylor missed his first 4, and then he kind of got going, and they just didn't adjust to defend him. And I just, I don't have any insight as to what the idea was with that. You'd think the guy who's shooting 40% from 3, who grew up down the road, maybe you'd want to keep a guy attached to him. But that was, I'm not a college basketball coach. I just wanted to be one at one point. But there was, once they, they kind of, it was right around that 10-minute mark of the first half. The game looked like Nebraska wanted it to look up until that point. And something just shifted, and it all just snowballed from there.
They were just, we talked about this a lot on Sunday after the game, and as we were sort of processing it, but they were just constantly putting themselves, Nebraska was in, and Creighton puts them in a lot of conflict, obviously, but the scramble drill defense, the fire drill defense against Creighton is just an interesting way to sort of go about it. And to be fair, there's not too many options that you have against that team that, and how much offensive firepower they have. But I don't know, once that started to slip and they got less consistent with their pressure in guarding, and it was about probably halfway through the first half. And that's when the lead started to grow for Creighton. And obviously at the end of the first half it happened, but it was interesting just the way they decided to approach it on defense.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the start of a football game. When a team has the game script to start,
yes, and
it goes the way you want it to, but then you get off script and things go haywire. That's kind of what it felt like to me. It felt like the first 10 minutes was, what Nebraska, it was everything according to plan for them. Alexander wasn't in rhythm. Baylor was missing shots. And then once it was like they got off the game script at the 10-minute mark, and it just went south.
Are there questions? Are Nebraska's questions still the same as they were for you at the beginning of the year? Because I think my answer to that is yes, although they're more magnified now after a loss like that. I think the questions are still the same, right?
Yeah, definitely. The point guard spot, or lead, whatever you want to call it, point guard, lead guard, or whatever. What the rotation ends up being, they're all very, still definitely the big questions.
As far as is there enough offense outside of Keisei Tominaga to kind of put it together? Or do you I still don't know which side they're going to end up leaning toward more, offense, defense. You're going to have to give some, if you're going to get some of one, you might have to give up some of the other. It still strikes me as a team that isn't 100% sure what they're trying to be yet.
Oh, I would agree with that. I think they have they're not elite pieces, but I think they're, guys like Williams and Mast, on offense, and even Juwan Gary, all those guys came into that game averaging 15 a game. And yes, the level of competition, it obviously ramped up a little bit, but they've shown that they're all, capable to, go get theirs. I had a few too many people, say, well, no, that game just showed that the offense needs to be Keisei, and more Keisei. And I tend to push back on that because I think if he's taking 20 shots a game, I just don't think that's the recipe. I think the attention that he gets defensively should be able to open it up for some of those other guys, either outside or Mass inside. I think that would be the ideal scenario for them on offense.
Would you chalk up a bad day for Rick Mast just the matchup being Kalkbrenner?
I would.
He didn't make the threes that they needed him to make on Sunday.
No, and that was a huge talking point coming into it, was him being able to space the floor, step outside, and it's kind of been he's either making them or he's missing them all, and there's no in between. And he was 1 for 5, coming, and he was 3 for 3 in the previous game. So it's kind of the EKG when he gets out there and takes shots. But I think Nebraska, they looked like they I'm not here to make excuses, but it looked like they were overthinking a lot.
Yeah,
they were rushing. When they started rushing into shots, that's when I knew, oh no, they hit the panic button. Because if you're rushing into things against Creighton, that's the recipe for disaster. That Creighton Colorado State game on Thanksgiving, Colorado State, they didn't play incredible.
No,
but they were methodical. They found smart shots no matter what was on the shot clock, and you just got to be you
cannot fall into Creighton's trap.
No, not at all. And I know I heard you talk about just how precise Creighton is with things, and if you want to hang with them, you got to be precise too. You can't be forced or be rushing into anything.
Even outside of Creighton, obviously, and they're a really good example of it with their precision and sort of relentless execution, I guess. But even if you just look at Nebraska in a vacuum, I would love for them to just be a little bit more composed. And you're not going to run into situations like that every night. But there's going to be runs in every basketball game, and it just seems more times than I want them to, they'll sort of lose their minds, like you just talked about.
Yeah, and I'll come back to, I think, the week off leading into that game.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm not making excuses. The better team won. The team that I thought would win the game won. But thinking about that game for a week straight, all the emotional buildup, I know that there was a lot. The buzz in Lincoln, you're going to class. Thinking about all that goes into that game for a week straight. I'm sure they were in their own heads, and once that flip switched, it just flipped, not flip switched. It just snowballed.
Do you think we got the best 3 superstars that we could get, or did you miss Ichiro Suzuki, or would you like to see another superstar?
I think they had the two basketball guys for a basketball game, which made sense.
Yeah,
Nail Earnhardt Jr. That might have to be my new message board username. That was a little too on the nose, but they got a deep roster. You want to talk about deep teams with actual depth? Look at the superstars.
Seriously.
They got guys 1 through 5, and it appears they know their role.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Well, and then you never know what's going to happen until bleep really hits the fan. I don't know that the superstars were really prepared for that environment on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, if Kevin Durant isn't making shots, who are they going to go to? He's clearly the guy that runs the offense. Dennis Frogman. He's the junkyard dog. But who's going to pick up the slack on offense if KD isn't in his group?
Yeah, you got to find somebody. You got to find an answer there. So yeah, we'll catch up with them next week. Let's go to our dumpster fires, which we have plenty around the country. Louisville will be mentioned here, but I mean we get the best. If you're a sicko, we get the best high major game of all time on Saturday. Louisville and DePaul are going to play each other. They are the worst two high major schools in the country. I cannot wait to see what happens in this game.
I mean, it's the ultimate loser leaves town game. Just the losing coach, you probably weren't making it to the end of the year as is, but it's definitely going to be quite the scene at Wintrust. I'd love to know what the attendance for that game is going to be on a Saturday afternoon in Chicago. I'm sure that's going to be an interesting scene, to say the least.
So DePaul is 1-6. They're 198 on KenPom right now, which if you're a high major team, that's almost impossible. Even with the schedule, you automatically get a bump just because you're the conference that you play in and your future schedule. Louisville is 161, and they've actually won 4 games this year. KenPom says, by the way, Louisville by DePaul by 1 at home on Saturday at Wintrust. So yeah, get your FanDuel Sportsbook app out.
I mean, if they drop one to DePaul, I mean, the Kenny Payne quote machine is going to be. I mean, we're just waiting. We're waiting for the next gem to come out of that man's mouth.
Did we get anything on that this week? Was there anything good that came from Kenny Payne?
No, the last not since tights. Not since we had the wrong tights, which I just I heard that, and for some reason I immediately thought of what if someone asked Tom Izzo in a press conference about a guy having the wrong tights, and just the scowl that would be on Tom Izzo's face, just because he's been big. The kids these days, they're so spoiled with this NIL and their tights.
Their NIL and their tights. I would have died for him to say that.
Their NIL and their specific tights. I mean, what are the kids these days? But that's my Tom Izzo.
How about Oregon State? That's a good dumpster fire. We saw a great dumpster fire game last night. One of the worst basketball games maybe ever played at the Division I level between Oregon State and Cal Poly, and it just so happened to go to double overtime.
Yeah, if you're a high major team and you're playing a bye game at home and you're going to overtime tied at 49, something is clearly wrong. Oregon State, they made an Elite Eight in the COVID tournament.
I remember.
Indianapolis. Oh, I remember too.
Wayne Tinkle was the man he was the talk of the town, and he's won 4 games since then.
And I think I saw last night they have won 18 games since that Elite Eight run. They have won 18 games.
That was almost 3 years ago.
Yep, they gave that man a contract extension after it too. When anyone with 2 eyes and a pulse could say probably a little Mickey Mouse going on here,
maybe.
But they had that's just. I mean, I saw Oregon State up close. I didn't think they were very good, but to not make a 3 and you're going to double OT with Cal Poly. Not an ideal look.
Yeah, on the positive side for them, they did become the first Division I team in the 21st century to play more than 50 minutes, not make a single 3-pointer, and still win. So that automatically goes in the Hall of Fame for Oregon State.
Yeah, I mean, if there was that's. Yeah, someone asked me, how does this affect Nebraska's RPI? Probably not good. Probably not great.
Probably not good.
If it had any impact at all. But, yeah, I mean, Oregon State basketball, they're in a weird spot. I mean, they already recruit like a Mountain West school, and that's probably where they're going to end up anyway. So we'll see.
Nebraska needs to win tomorrow at Minnesota. Otherwise, you're looking ahead and you're thinking, what's going to happen next? How big is tomorrow?
It's a must-win game. I mean, it's going to be, Minnesota. They just got it handed to them by Ohio State. The the games they've played in the non-con against teams with a pulse, they haven't won. I watched them blow a 20-point lead to Missouri a couple weeks ago. I mean, they're not very good outside of Dawson Garcia. And, it's going to be, it's a Wednesday night, 8:00 tip. It's probably dead week or finals week up at Minnesota. So it's not like the students are going to play a factor. And that is the oldest and worst gym in the Big Ten. So, I mean, it's the classic, you got to create your own energy game. And it's a huge spot, huge bounce back. And, if they lose, they're 7-2, but I mean, the tone would definitely shift if they lose tomorrow night.
When's the next pod come out?
Going to be after the Minnesota game. Okay. I'll hop on after and, do a little post-mortem from Sunday, recap Minnesota, and look ahead to Sparty.
Excellent. We'll look forward to it. Jacob, thanks.
Thanks, Hap. Appreciate it.
Jacob Bigelow, the Stretch Big Pod. He had a good Creighton, Nebraska preview with some good insight. And the post-Minnesota and Creighton, I guess, pod will be up later this week. Also covers Huskers for Huskers Illustrated. He's got takes all over the place, though. It's a good follow. A lot of sickos, a lot of basketball sicko stuff going on. I mean, really, I haven't waded too deep into those waters, although I really enjoy laughing at DePaul and Louisville.
I will admit I got in today and I looked up, okay, what's Louisville doing this week? What have they done? Who do they play? Oh, they played DePaul.
Pay close attention to the dumpster fires that are going on around the country. We have 3 really good ones. We got DePaul, we got Oregon State, we got Louisville.
I was told Oregon State was a great win by Nebraska.
It was a great win in that it was fun to win.
Oh, okay.
Might not age well.
Interesting.
We will come back. Still a few more things to get to as we near the end of the Connor Happer Show here on 1620. The Zone first. The NFL offers staying hot on the FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any $5 winning moneyline bet. $150 if your team wins. Pick a favorite for the weekend. It's not that hard. There might be some big ones out there as well. They're minus maybe 180 on the money line. Take that team to win. And if they do, on a $5 bet, it's $150 in bonus bets. It's not just that. Of course, there's plenty more in the FanDuel Sportsbook. There's spreads, player props, anytime touchdown scores. Love a same-game parlay on a Sunday afternoon or on a Sunday night. So visit FanDuel.com/Happer and get in on that action. It is FanDuel, official partner of the NFL. 21 and over, present in Iowa. First online real money wager only. $5 pregame moneyline wager required. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is now withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Previously on The Crossover.
I want to hear the thank you at the end of it, too.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. When you order a Big Mac at McDonald's.
No, thank you.
Thank you, caller Connor.
Good job, Connor.
No, thank you.
Maybe it was Connor Stallion. No,
that could have been.
Mornings with Sharp and Hanley. The Connor Happer Show. Unsportsmanlike conduct. 6A to 6P. 1620. The Zone. Your Omaha area forecast from the Godfather's Pizza Weather Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Mostly sunny skies throughout your Tuesday afternoon, hitting a high temperature in the low 40s. Partly cloudy overnight. Tomorrow morning, a temperature in the mid-20s. Mostly sunny skies throughout tomorrow with a strong south breeze, hitting a high temperature in the mid-50s. I'm meteorologist Luke Vickery, KETV Newswatch 7.
Good boy. At Cox, we think all customers deserve a reliable connection. So whether you're a loyal customer who's been with us for years, or you're new to the family like this little guy, you'll get the same great deals on the same great internet. And no matter who you are. See how you can save at cox.com/deals for all. Other restrictions apply. All rights reserved.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make it fun and engaging, so you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. You can choose from topics like travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you speaking right away. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations.
Just 3 weeks. Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are designed by language experts and voiced by real native speakers, you'll get the accents just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.
Learning a language with Babbel doesn't take long.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
And now, try Babbel free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4962. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4962. That's 800-575-4962. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
At ezCater, we know ordering food for work can get complicated pretty fast.
We're going to need breakfast for the entire office on Thursday.
Janet wants really nice bagels.
Make sure some are gluten-free.
Make sure they have great coffee.
Can there also be waffles?
Janet has a hard stop at 9:30.
$15 a person
I'm going to need
max.
itemized receipts for this. Is the budget for breakfast different than the budget? It's just going to gradually fine. Company breakfast? Just use ezCater. Food for work delivered on time as ordered with a huge variety. 100,000 restaurants, one platform. Order 24/7 at ezcater.com.
Searching for a taste of Midwest Mex in Omaha? Fortunately, there's only one place to go, the Corner Kick. Nestled within the Corner Kick Sports Bar where tacos and tequila reign supreme, we've crafted a unique Midwest Mex scratch kitchen, seamlessly blending the heart of Mexican cuisine with the warmth of the Midwest. Whether you're in pursuit of the finest Taco Tuesday, Omaha's best wings, or simply a great spot to gather with friends and family to watch the game, the Corner Kick has it all. They look forward to welcoming you there.
Can you feel it? It's more than the chill in the air or the excitement of the holidays. At Heart Ministry Center, we call it the attitude of gratitude. Thanks to you, we're able to provide food, health care, and a way forward to people severely affected by poverty in Omaha. With matching funds available, now's the perfect time to give. Visit heartministrycenter.org/gratitude or sign up to tour or volunteer. Heart Ministry Center, dignity for all.
Okay, Josh. Now, you know when you hit that button that people, they start to question your intentions.
Everybody's ears perk up. Oh, my gosh, what's he got? What's he got?
And then you disappoint them time after time after time.
I have done some journalism, Connor, and I have found out who or what Orlando Brown meant when he said jackass on Monday Night Football last night.
That's fair. That's in play.
Let me find the...
Oh, so you didn't do any journalism?
No, I did it. I just have so many notes here. Orlando Brown was referring to the ESPN personalities who picked against the Cincinnati Bengals pregame by looking into the camera and shouting jackasses.
How did that get to him? They make picks right before the game starts.
No idea.
Either way, I love the move.
Mm-hmm.
I love talking to the camera.
I do.
I think that should be a thing. Good for him.
I believe I have some
He was
audio.
not referencing Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore.
I believe I have some audio. There might be an ad, so let's mute that.
We got a lot of faith in the guys.
Actually, you know what? I don't know. This is a locker room post game. I don't know if it's clean audio.
Be very careful.
This is an organization that's going to continue to fight. That's a special win. Hats off to everybody. Orlando Brown, who also talks about his touchdown celebration with Joe Mixon and Jackass. That's the tweet as it was written.
Okay. Yep. Nope. I don't need to hear the audio.
No.
I'm just glad you got the answer for me. Pete tweet. Speaking of breaking news, sources have told ESPN that Dylan Gabriel is expected to visit Oregon soon. Interesting.
Oh, really?
And the Ducks are the favorite for his services. Riley Leonard, Notre Dame visit starts tomorrow. And 3 suitors have emerged for DJ Uiagalelei.
Okay.
That wasn't mentioned in the tweet, and then he did a little report on ESPN. Pete tweets.
So it doesn't name the 3 suitors?
Not in the tweet.
Okay.
No. I didn't have enough time to watch it either. So there you go. There's my breaking news to you. Also, a couple ends that we got to tie together here. Thank you to Channel 3 Sean, who sent this to us. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl is doing poll questions.
A bowl game is doing poll questions.
Yes. Almost as ridiculous as a radio show doing poll questions. They're asking people, question for you. What type of fry is best?
That's a good question.
It is a good question. And it makes more sense when your bowl game is a potato. But let's just vote on this. Crinkle cut, steak fry, curly fry, or waffle fry. You only get to pick one. There's no ranking. You just get to pick one, and the rest of them are losers.
Now, I thought I was going a little controversial and voted waffle fry.
Yeah, that is controversial.
Is it?
Well, I guess we'll see the results. I, out of these, will vote, if done right, curly.
Now, many would follow up and say, "What is right?"
But on a rolling average, of all of these that I've ever had in my life, the answer is crinkle. There is no case for steak. Right. No case. There's no case.
No.
So I will vote curly on the question that I think that they're asking. And the current leader is waffle. 32%. I don't know why you're holding your arms up in the air. It doesn't mean anything.
That's vindication.
No, it's not.
That my food
because a bunch of people who are voting on Twitter agree with you?
Yeah. It validates my food takes as being the best here at 1620.
That does not do that.
Come with me if you want to win, folks.
That does not do that. That does not validate that. That's not right. Also, just one more thing. I had to get this out because this is the only day this is going to be relevant. So the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer came out yesterday.
Yes, many people are excited.
People are excited about this. It's been a long time since GTA 5 came out. And I had a real old guy moment yesterday. I know you're probably thinking, wow, you have about 6 of those a show. So what was it? So the GTA 6 trailer came out and I watched it. And then right after I got done watching, I was very excited. And then I just kept scrolling through whatever I was scrolling through, and another video came up. And I couldn't tell the difference between reality and the video game.
Oh.
And so I wonder if I'm old.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm old, and because that's what my parents used to say to me. And the video game graphics were horrible back then. And they were like, "Is this real life?" And I'm like, "No, you can't tell the difference." So I think I've reached the age where I can't tell the difference. And that can't be good for me.
Welcome, Connor.
That can't be good.
I'll never forget watching, and this is embarrassing. I watched about 5 or 6 minutes of children playing Madden on ESPN before I realized this is not a real football game.
It is embarrassing. I feel embarrassed by the whole thing, but I feel like it was important to say it out loud. It's important to come clean.
We appreciate that.
It was the first time in my life it's ever happened to me.
And it was a Grand Theft Auto video?
No, it wasn't a Grand Theft Auto video. It was just a video of a normal guy, and I thought he was a video game.
Oh, okay.
It was very confusing. It's like my entire reality had been altered. Anyway, we're old. Poll questions tell you what to watch next on 1620 The Zone.
It's an NFL doubleheader on Sports USA. And first, we head to the Windy City as Goff, Gibbs, and the Detroit Lions roar into Chicago to face Justin Fields and the Bears. Then it's off to Kansas City as Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills come into Arrowhead to try to outduel the Chiefs with that dynamic duo of Kelsey and Mahomes. It's the Lions at the Bears, then the Bills at the Super Champion Chiefs. This Sunday on Sports USA.
If it's the NFL, it's on 1620 The Zone.
Shop Woodhouse Buick GMC first and experience the difference. Large indoor showroom with 119th eye allows you to shop inside during all kinds of weather conditions. We've got new and pre-owned inventory, stylish SUVs that fit the whole family comfortably, to capable trucks that get the job done. And Woodhouse Buick GMC has something for everyone. Right now, the 24s, they're arriving, including the GMC Yukon and the stylish Buick Envista that welcomes you into an environment where every tone, texture, and technology conveys the highest level of refinement. Shop Woodhouse GMC first, 119th and I, or online at WoodhouseBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
Oscar's Pizza and Sports Grill is your home for the big game. Whether it's the NFL or a rivalry on the hardwood, you will find all the action on Oscar's top-of-the-line audio-video system. With 40 TVs and massive dual projectors, the game has never looked better. Pair that with their award-winning char-buffed wings and $7.99 Monday through Friday lunch specials. Oscar's Pizza and Sports Grill has everything you need. 173rd and West Center Road, and for takeout at 162nd and Maple.
The brand new Dollar General Distribution Center in Blair is now hiring. Starting wage is up to $22 per hour with benefits including medical, dental, vision, 401k, and a $2,000 sign-on bonus. Apply today by texting DG Warehouse to 25000 or online at dollargeneral.com/careers. Again, apply today by texting DG Warehouse to 25000 or online at dollargeneral.com/careers. Dollar General can't wait to have you become a team member at their brand new distribution center.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Risa, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults.
Nothing is everything.
Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Hey folks, Kent Pavelka again to tell you about your local concrete experts at Everlevel Concrete Repair. Now, if you have cracked, uneven concrete, Everlevel can fix it at a fraction of the cost compared to replacement. This is no Band-Aid. Their products are built to last. It gives your concrete the durable protection it needs, and there's still time. I chose Everlevel for my driveway, and I've got peace of mind with their long-term transferable warranty. Everlevel's products and customer service are top-notch, and that's why they've been voted Best of Omaha again this year. Say it with me. Everlevel, Everlevel, Everlevel.
Listen to the Woodhouse Auto Family Blue Jays Shoot Around and Overtime shows, the Creighton men's basketball pregame and postgame shows on 1620 The Zone. The Woodhouse Auto Family Blue Jays Shoot Around and Overtime shows are also presented by Union Bank and Trust. Hear the breakdown and coverage about your top-ranked Creighton men's basketball team before and after each game, exclusively on your home for the Creighton Blue Jays. 1620 The Zone, the 1620 The Zone mobile app, and 1620thezone.com.
It started in Lincoln. Now it's in Omaha. It's Muchachos. At the heart of Muchachos is family. Muchachos uses new Mexican flavors with smoked barbecue passed down from generations. This flavor sensation is called New Mexican Barbecue Fusion. Come get your eat on and nosh on slow smoked pork brisket, chicken, queso, and mac. Try the fan favorite Hatch Mac Burrito with a craft beer or margarita. Muchachos is south of the Old Market at 1285 South 13th Street, or check them out at yomuchacho.com.
Poll questions at Happer Show on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Still available for you to vote on if you'd like, but for all intents and purposes, they end right now.
Oh, they stay up for 24 hours, though.
But for all intents and purposes, they end right now.
Sure.
Do you listen to us while shaving?
Some people do.
Some people do. We heard from one listener who does. I'm just going to click yes, even though I listen to us while sitting here. 74% say no, but 26% say yes. Does Josh Peterson seem like a lefty?
This poll was taken out of context by many.
It was? What happened in the comments?
It was. Got a little political.
Oh. I guess that makes sense.
Sure.
Yes is running away with it for the record, 88%.
Most voted on poll question of the day.
Yep. Remember Succession?
A little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. 59% say yes. Was Orlando Brown quoting Happy Gilmore? We now know. No. 64% say yes. Does Trevor Lawrence look like a blowfish? Not as in a real blowfish, the fish, but
a backup member to Darius Rucker in the band Hootie and the Blowfish.
And the Blowfish. Yes, in that context. 56%, potentially without context, are saying yes. Did you know that Dua Lipa's real name was Dua Lipa? No.
I didn't.
78% also say no. Those are the poll questions. Josh, what are we watching tonight?
We're going to watch the NBA. The in-season tournament quarterfinals continue tonight. It is a knockout round between the Knicks and the Bucks. 6:30 on TNT tonight. Winner faces the Pacers in Las Vegas Thursday.
Oh, that'll be of note to many people.
It will. Indiana won at that game last night against Boston. That arena was loud. Those players were hyped. Tyrese Halliburton, coming out party.
Coming out party?
I mean,
he's been pretty good for
He has. But he plays in Indiana.
He does.
Suns Lakers after that at 9 o'clock. Winner faces the Pelicans in Vegas. I'm sure the league is thrilled with the teams that have reached Las Vegas.
No, this whole thing is a bust.
In the in-season tournament.
This whole there's no
they're
other
touting
way.
this as a massive success.
This is not a success. If this is around next year, I don't know what we're doing.
College basketball, the Jimmy V Classic is tonight at Madison Square Garden, 5:30 on ESPN. Number 11, Florida Atlantic. I will address them as they prefer to be addressed. Takes on number 20, Illinois. And then the main event at 8 o'clock, North Carolina, number 9 in the country, taking on number 5, UConn. UConn has tweeted out the graphic. Ready to play.
Is it in a cornfield?
No, it's ready to play in Stores South.
What?
It's one of their players sitting on a subway car.
Oh, so they're playing in MSG?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I missed that part. I was like, there's not going to be a lot of UConn fans down in Chapel Hill, is there?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, MSG tonight, Jimmy V Classic. And Peacock has a Big Ten doubleheader. Hope you kept those subscriptions active, everybody. 6 o'clock, number 23, Wisconsin at Michigan State, followed at 8 o'clock by Indiana at Michigan. Connor, the Husker women play tonight at 7 o'clock.
Thank you for the reminder.
I have written down UNCW, Wilmington. Is that what the W?
That is correct.
Okay.
Out of Wilmington, North Carolina.
The Seahawks?
The Seahawks.
NHL, Red Wings Sabres on Hulu at 6:30. Coming up at 4:30 this afternoon, MLB Network. It's the 2024 MLB Draft Lottery. The ping pong balls
Royals!
will fall where they may. The A's, Rockies, and Royals have the best odds, 18.3% chance of winning the number 1 pick.
Over under, the Royals end up getting the 5th pick in this draft. Even though they have the best odds to get the first pick.
It would be so Royals to...
But I'm going to guess they're going to end up drafting above the 5th pick.
They will have a better than 5th pick.
Okay, that's what you're saying?
Yes.
I'm going to say it's worse.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to say 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. And finally tonight, ABC, 7 o'clock. It is already, I know, already, the 32nd season finale of Dancing with the Stars. The Mirrorball Trophy will go
the lady
to somebody
from
How
I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, Allison Hannigan is one of the others. I don't know the other participants. I'm sorry. I read their names and said who.
Cool. Who? Oh. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
That's what we're watching tonight. That's the show. If you missed anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. The crossover is next.
Live from the